What's up, everybody? This is the poker coaching study session. Today, we're going to be looking at
One interesting hand of mine, and then we'll go for a couple of Brian's hands, and then we'll see what else we have. I got a bunch of live hands if that's what we want. We'll see. So, A7 suited. I'm not going to tell you anything about the people first, and we'll go from there. So, there we go. 3, 5, 10. You got A7 suited. What would you like to do, Brian?
Probably open this here.
Okay. So
I
we
mean, I
open.
would definitely open it.
So we open to 30. We call in two places.
Okay, we're in position
The
now.
small blind. I'll tell you a little bit about the small blind here. The small blind will, when he plays, he has a very, very wide range pre-flop. He'll play any two suited cards. He will play them for a raise. He will not three bet anything. The whole time I've seen him, he is not three bet. He very rarely open raises. He open limps all the time. When he open limps, he's willing to call a raise or even a raise and a re-raise, and also uh, unreasonable sizes. So when
Okay.
he is limped and I've had ace king, I pushed it up as far as he's limped for $10. I pushed it up as far as 210, and he has called me.
That's insane.
Okay.
And
He's
what? Like absolute garbage? Just
uh
random suited? Or
nine
like
six
suited
suited.
Broadway?
9-6 suited.
Okay.
Yeah. He is in that way, he is similar to um uh who's the player plays in a suit all the time, is on YouTube all the time. And
Vaughn.
I'm thinking of um very rich, doesn't matter who he is. It's
Alex
Oh,
Keating?
oh,
Keating. You're talking
Yeah.
about Keating.
very similar to Keating in that way. He's willing to play any two cards, he's willing to play them for enormous sizes, and he's got a lot, he's got a lot of money right now. He's also lost a bunch, like that, like you wouldn't be surprised. He's taken a lot of money from me over the session because I've raised to enormous sizes with ace king, not hit, and he has hit his nine. And he doesn't fold. So if you have aces, you're going to get a bunch of money off him, because he's not folding second pair. And I bet 540 on the river, and I've overpot on the river, and he's called me with a bluff. And he's just had it against me. And when I've checked the ace king, he has thinly bet his second pair for value on the river, small, and I've called him. So he's done very well against me. And the reason I have 3,400 is that I've done well against other people.
And he has 3,900 because he's done well against you.
Yeah, and other people. He's beaten other people too. But that's where we are. And I am what he has been the focus of the table for me, probably for other people too.
Is he the obvious mark?
It's either the obvious mark or the obvious Alan Keating, who may or may not be a mark. Um, you know, he's but he is certainly fearless.
I respect that.
So like that. We think that he's profitable to play against, but he hasn't been so far for me. And I've been raising to unreasonable sizes. The other thing is he also has a play tell, which is you can tell that he's going to play his cards, in which case you can, I've also opened pocket jacks just in this. I've opened pocket jacks for 110, just flat opened it because I saw that he was playing his hand and he's called me.
Did you win that one?
Probably not. Maybe one. I remember winning $100 off him once.
I want to see the flop. Three ways.
Here we go. So we see the flop, ace, queen, jack, and he donks for 60.
Okay.
What like to do?
I definitely don't want to raise, and I want to see what he does on the turn. I don't want to yet, so I'd rather just see what happens.
Okay. Turn is a queen. He checks.
Okay. Um, I don't think I want to. I think we own ourselves a lot against. Well, we don't. We chop with all aces. We can target a jack. Actually, and we can target all the draws. So yeah, actually, I completely changed my mind. We definitely bet here because we chop with aces and we can get value from his Jack X and draws.
Right.
So, and a lot of his Queen X. Do you have like any tricky trap? Is he like a tricky checker ever? That you see
Uh,
when he like hits hands, he'll check them or not?
we don't know. He definitely can bet thinly for value. We think that he can bet weakness. We don't know, but we also do know he can bluff rivers. We've seen him
Okay,
bottom pair. We've seen him turn bottom pair into a bluff.
okay. Then you could check here, and then when he checks river, he has a lot of he has a lot of bottom pair. You don't know anything about his donking range though. Like it's not.
No, no,
Okay.
we don't know
All
anything
right.
about
I still think that I would probably bet here because of the fact that we chop with the aces and we can get target value from jacks. I
Yeah.
think it's better to bet here than it is, even though it
what
seems a
size.
little thin.
What size?
Um, I would probably bet like 165.
All right, we go 120, and he calls. River's the ace. He checks.
Mm. He checks. I mean, obviously, this point, a very strong hand. We either chop with an ace or we're like targeting a jack now, is basically, or like king high draws, because his king high draws might get a little sticky here. I could see going really small here because like you can call down somewhat light here with king high,
Mhm.
and
Or a queen, or a strangely played queen.
yeah, or a queen. I mean, a queen's gonna pay a lot of money. Do we think? I think he has less queens though that check than he does have like Jack X. I
Yeah.
think he's got more of that check than Queen X.
Yep.
So I would prefer to target the Jackson. You said he will bluff catch thinly. You said he bluff catches.
Remember, Jack is not calling you. A
Oh, it's
Jack,
nothing. Yeah, that's true. That
Jack
doesn't
is not.
matter.
Right?
When he checks here, and you
Queen.
really only have one size, you just you go really big then.
Okay.
Because
Now,
what else? Other or king high or go really big to target a queen.
okay. Right. So I did not do the same analysis, and I went small. Uh,
Well, what part
I
of
went
his range are you targeting then?
flushes,
Oh, yeah, I mean that got there, but
flushes and straights and queens.
didn't even notice that the flush came in because it becomes basically nothing of value at this point. But
Yeah.
so in my head, it didn't even register.
Right. That's why I
Um,
did small.
yeah, I mean, yeah, you could go. You could target. Yeah, I guess your options are to target, go really big and target a queen, or go really small and target his king high and his flush
Right.
guy here, which would be
Right. Plus really small also targets a queen effectively if he ever folds a queen.
yeah, yeah. I mean, from your description of the guy, though, that would be bad because you said this guy he's bluff catching you with second pair. He has a boat now.
Yeah. Yeah.
That we
Yep.
can probably get a lot of money for.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. So with those thoughts in mind, I went 215,
Okay with that.
like that.
That's a little bit middling. Wait, go back.
Half pot.
Eh,
But listen, it's technically less than half pot. It's actually a Matt Affleck violation, but by $10.
If you were if you were targeting queen here, how big would you go? Like only a queen, no, nothing else.
Against a normal person.
Yeah. Well, no, against
Again,
him specifically.
I've seen him also make laydowns. So I
Yeah,
would I would bet if it was only a queen, I would bet 300.
really.
I wouldn't, yeah. He has laid down hands that were obvious hands because he has laid down top pair.
Okay.
And
So
we've
you
seen,
don't. So I think the description then is that maybe this guy plays decently post flop. I mean, when he's making laydowns, and I mean, he may just do really. I've seen people that do terrible shit pre flop, but they seem to play pretty well post flop.
I think that may be very true of him, which is also very Alan Keating.
Yeah, so I would say that we're not. This is not the guy we're like. I mean, we're targeting him to outflop basically with good hands because over time we're gonna win more when we have a better hand and he's calling me bullshit.
Right.
Now post flop, we're gonna play like he's a decent player and say
Right.
that. Yeah, I mean, because that's what I would say. I wouldn't think just because someone plays bad pre-flop does not mean they are bad.
Right. Okay. So everybody, put in what you're gonna put in. Either tell me or put into the chat.
I'd
Everybody else,
bet
what
I
you're gonna
bet
do.
it's like 70%,
Lewis is gonna bet 70%.
which
Okay.
is what, like 300 or something,
Okay.
right? Yeah.
Lewis is
Or like
300.
350, 350,
Okay.
yeah.
Wait, if he's good, we adjust and go smaller here.
Okay.
Good, like you did the
I'll
200.
go fast through it for you, Bub. Brian, after all the conversation, is going what size?
I'm gonna go like 200 then, because I'm gonna say this guy's not just a calling station.
Okay. Brian's 200. I went 215. Scotty's 215. Bub, Larry, what are you going? And Bub, this is the action. I'll do it really fast for you.
I'm gonna use about 200.
Okay, so I open A7, get called in two places. He donks out on the ace queen jack board. I call him. He checks the second queen. I now chop with aces that are less than ace king. This guy could this is a player who, by the way, does have a call of of pocket jacks in his, we've seen him limp pocket jack. I mean, not raise pocket jacks. We've seen him not raise ace king. We've seen him not raise pocket queens even. This guy doesn't three bet. Okay, so he checks, you bet 120, he calls you on the river. You don't care about your kicker. You didn't care about it that much because you were chopping with ace jack before. Now you don't care at all. And he checks. What size do you want to go? And do you want to bet? Bub. That's the action. And do we have everybody now? We check. Yep, that's everybody. All right. So Bub's going 300. All right, there we go. Okay, and we go 215, and he jams for 3,700.
Yeah, he found it.
We found it. All
Um,
right. What do you want to do?
it's your hand, Brian. You're the one in hell, not me.
Fuck, does he have a royal flush?
You can. It's out there. We don't block it.
Wait, how much is you bet 200 into like 450 and like I'm jamming for this much? Oh my God.
He had- If he has a royal flush, he flopped a straight, bet it, checked the queen when he loses to a full house, and now checked it on the river, knowing I would bet, knowing I would bet an ace or a queen. He didn't bet it for value, small or anything like that. But I would also call with an ace. So he checked it and did this. So he can
Fuck
have,
it.
he can have a royal flush.
This is really difficult. This is a very
There's the
spot which
quads.
doesn't come
I mean,
up.
that's like Larry's. What Larry's saying is he could check quads here, and you said he has no three betting range.
Remember the hint that Scotty gave us at the beginning of the hand?
He has no three betting range. He can have quads here.
We're talking about two
Could have ace
unicorns.
queen. Could have ace
I think
queen.
quads
Ace
makes way
queen,
more
yeah,
sense.
ace queen
Ace
is
jack. Actually, yeah, I mean ace jack. Yeah, ace jack beat.
Yeah,
No,
but
no.
it doesn't.
no,
Ace queen.
no, ace queen.
We're
We
chopping
We
with
chop
chop
with
with
ace
ace
flippers.
queen.
queen.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he has no three betting range, so he can have quads here, and I think quads are more likely than a royal because he probably bets
Probably bets the straight even with the queen.
Yeah, I think he probably still bets that. Oh, he has
Yeah, got the third nuts.
fuck.
I
What
mean,
would I do? What
I
would I
don't think
do?
we
Okay.
can build a strat around folding to someone who's repping quads are
I don't know, Larry. I've been seeing a lot of
royal.
shit recently. I've been-
Right.
I
Oh
mean,
man,
they're unicorns. If he's got quads or royal, I mean, he could also have just, yeah, if he had quads or a royal, you pay him.
Right. Okay. Without any more conversation, who's folding?
I mean, I don't think I can fold. I think I call even. I don't even know if I can call. This is fuck. Because like this
Yeah,
is he has to be completely stupid to be or turning something into a. It's. I mean, he
Doesn't have
has
to
a.
be stupid. I
to
give
be
you
honest, this is a spot I don't think I've been in this spot before, even with all the hands I played online. Because how deep are we? like starting the hand?
We're a lot deep. We're many.
Like,
we're,
like, are we like
we're
300
many
deep? Yeah, so what, the blind was like 10?
Yeah, blind was 10. We're many.
Yeah, so we started with like 400 big blinds deep. Fuck it. I don't think I've ever been
This
this
is-
Can I
low.
ask the group, not to interrupt, but can I ask you a question here? What percentage of the time do you think we're chopping? Given the line, beginning with the donk.
Okay. So
I think I fold actually, like
Lewis fold.
I think we're
But to
chopping
answer your
60% of the
second-
time here.
I
I
want-
think
may
his
I-
most common hand is an ace. Yeah.
Right. So this is most of us did this and got this far. In game, because of who he was and because it was 2 a.m., I went this far. I lose to a royal flush, I lose to quad queens. Those are monsters under the bed. I call. Okay, that was the level of my thought process. It was 2 a.m. and it was that guy, and I had been targeting that guy, and I was kind of focused on that guy. And
Uh-huh.
here's what I didn't do that I should have done that none of us really did, but Larry is starting to do. And that is when we win, how much do we win?
Hot
Four-
odds on the chop.
When we win, we get back the 200 and half of this. So we get back. So we are getting back
35 plus 8, 215.
right. When we lose this much.
Get 515 back.
So he has properly put in, all this money to make our lives hell. But our reverse implied odds are terrible right now. I'm using implied odds in a different way than we usually use them, but a reverse odds because we chop. All right. Now,
So you got to put in about 3,500 into a pot of
Right.
4,500.
right. So, Bub, I think we don't win. We chop more often than we lose is our starting statement. Right.
You know, we don't win, I don't think.
We never
Unless
win.
he's bluffing. And we don't think he's bluffing.
Not bluffing. We never win here. This is an insane bluff. He has not demonstrated himself to be insane. He has demonstrated himself to be incredibly wide pre-flop. Okay. Now, let's count combos that he can do this with if he's smart. And we don't know how smart he is, but I can only think of one combo. Let's see, which combos can he do this with safely? If he has exactly ace queen, then
He
he
can do
knows
it, basically.
we don't have queen queen. Right? And he is only beaten by the royal flush.
But
So how many combos of ace queen are there? And not suited, just any combos of ace queen. One.
there's
Right? Two? How many? Let's count them.
2 combos with basically.
two.
Combos. Two combos of ace queen. All right. How many combos beat us? 2. That's if he's smart. He can't do this with ace jack if he's smart. He can't do this with any other
You-
ace.
You chop with ace queen.
I can have a royal flush and I can have pocket queens. I don't have them very often, but I can. And then this is suicide. And you've got to know
This
that
is the
I don't
problem.
often full
But
houses.
this is the problem is that he is very unlikely to be thinking this deeply into the hand. So the only hand he could be doing this with ace queen is ace queen, and he probably doesn't think this deeply in.
Okay. Good enough. So you think so, but I'm saying if he's thinking deeply, we are losing
Yeah.
half the time and winning half the time. And then this is a terrible call.
How often do you estimate we'll lose?
Half the time if he's thinking.
Okay.
Now, there's one other thing in effect, which is if he has, well, this is not that important, but there is a bad beat jackpot. An ace, if he's got queen, queen, he's against ace, or he's got queen, queen, and he's against king 10 suited, he's actually very, very happy. He's going to win $40,000. So he would love me to have ace here if he's got queen, queen. Just saying.
That is adds a wrinkle,
It's
doesn't
not
it?
that, it's not that important because if he's got a queen, queen, he would do this anyway. Even if there wasn't a thing, he's still not going to be afraid of, he's the unicorn of easing up against the royal flush is unimportant to him, right? Now, ace king, he can have ace king with the king of hearts and block the royal, and then he unblocks queen, queen.
That's a good point.
I just
Right,
find it weird. I mean, he's jamming into a range which, like, you're so fucking uncapped, and he's jamming like so much
Right.
into you,
Right.
and like,
All right. Let's see how much I look like queen, queen. I can open queen, queen. He donks. I can flat it. Okay. The queen comes.
You
He bets, I bet it. And now I'm trying to get value from an ace. This is kind of small for value for an ace for queen, queen. So my hand doesn't
you
queen, queen very much. If he
your
has
hand looks like an ace. That's what it looks like.
Do we always dismiss suicide bluffs when you use this sizing? And then people think, no one ever uses this sizing with a boat. Do we dismiss that?
I didn't think this deeply in game.
I think that maybe we just call and it fucking sucks because we chop often enough here.
Okay.
But
We-
we expect to lose to queen queen a decent bit too. That's what
There it
I kind of
is.
Yep. And here's what I think is very wrong in this hand. That I don't have ace ace. That's what's very wrong. What's terribly wrong here is me not consider. I just considered it a raise. I did not because I have $3,000 on the table and it's other people's money. You know, it's money that I've won in the past 2 weeks or something like that. You know, whatever.
that's
But
not a factor.
that's not important. But what I mean is that I'm not scared about the money. I'm not playing above my station here. But what I didn't think about enough was all I'm doing is getting back the half of this.
Yeah,
It's
if you
nonsense.
work out the number to, I mean, so I'm not very good. You're much better at this, but when you work out pot odds and you're paying to chop, often we come to a fold. It's
Yes.
actually very similar to having just one side in bomb pots
Yeah.
when you
It's
work out the calculations.
given how big this is, I think I should have, if I didn't fold, I should have much, much, much more strongly considered folding. And I should have thought it through to the level of saying, hold on. I'm chopping at best. I do not believe this is ever a bluff from this guy, from almost anybody.
You're only calling for a chop.
I'm calling for a chop and I have the third nut.
It's
Yeah,
very,
you're risking fucking 3,000 to win whatever, like that half of 400 basically. I mean,
Yep. That's the point. And
like that.
I did not think that deeply. And had I thought that deeply, doesn't mean I'm going to decide to fold. Maybe I'll take a look at it. Maybe I'll take a physical read, but I didn't think deeply enough and I should have. And if I had thought it all the way through, I would have said, hold on, what can he do this with? Can he do this with just any ace?
Yeah, I
If-
mean, sometimes
Maybe-
sometimes you have to think about what nodes you make money in, and it's certainly not this.
Yep. So there's the hand. All right. That was the hand.
So you call and lose?
I called and loosed.
Yeah, well, he's got like.
so you did give us a hint, right? You gave us a hint when you said he doesn't have a three betting range.
Yep.
And yeah, I think in retrospect, you think the part of the puzzle you had fed into your decision tree was that you, the majority of the time, are calling for a chop, and the other majority of the time, the minority of the time, you're losing and you're never winning.
I decided that it was now with my analysis now, giving him full credit. I am chopping half the time and losing half the time because
Yeah, once you come to that conclusion,
right,
it becomes a fold because you're playing to a chop.
right. Now,
It's incredibly hard laydown to make,
now
and
let's go one.
I
let's
don't
go-
think I would make it.
Okay, so let's go one step further and say that let's make him smart. And say that he can only do this when he blocks one of the hands. So he can do it with ace queen, and he can do it with ace king with a king of hearts and ace 10 with a 10 of hearts.
Blocking the royal.
Right. So that is another one combo. That's another two combos. So now it's four combos that I chop with and two combos that I lose to. This is assuming that he can only do this when he blocks one of them. In that case, at 2-1, still a fold.
Yeah.
This is only a call if he's doing this with all his aces.
Does it make sense to go through the math of calling for a chop and how it
No,
changes?
I don't know. I feel like we've
We
reached
did it.
consensus.
The
I
math is
feel,
there.
So you
I
don't
feel
think
like
it makes sense, Lewis?
no, I just mean I don't think it's the best use of time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
But
I
here-
feel like most people are like, we should fold because the
But-
risk reward is just
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, but let's put a number on the risk reward. Let's put the number on it real quick. So we are going to win. So the exact number we put in 215, and so we are going to get half of 455.
Yeah, it's basically just that half of 455. Like that doesn't
Right.
matter.
So
The bet
220
doesn't matter that
and
much.
and the 215. So
Yeah,
we're gonna
yeah,
get
yeah.
so we're gonna get 220 and 215. So call it $450 to make it easy. So we are trying to win back $450, and we are going to lose $3,000.
Yeah, that's the right way to look at this.
So that's around 7.5 to 1. And we're going to lose it. We are going to lose 7.5 to 1, and we are going to win, and we're going to get the money back 2 to 1. So
Another question
33%
for you.
33% of the time. Here, I'll do the calculation now.
Okay, sorry.
It's literally this. It's 33% times 450. 33% of the time we get, I'm sorry, 66% of the time we get the money back. So it's 66 times 250 and 33 minus 3,000.
I mean,
This is a terrible
this is
call.
another way of thinking of it, you know. Say fucking, I don't know, Spain are facing fucking Cape Verde in the fucking final. You
You cut
wouldn't
out,
bet
Lewis.
like, yeah, say like Spain are facing Cape Verde in the World Cup final. You're not gonna bet fucking everything you have on Spain just in case there's like a small chance you lose, even though it's like, automatically, it's almost assuring Spain are way
Right.
better than.
Mhm.
I mean, maybe that's a bad example because
Right.
there was an upset recently, but like a draw. But like, you just wouldn't bet your fucking house with something that low
Yeah, it's a
risk
risk reward
reward.
measurement, and it's a risk reward measurement, and facing this kind of outrageous bet, for me, I do struggle sometimes thinking through this spot. But this is obviously this is a very, very unique spot.
Right. So I made, in game, I did not think deeply enough. And I definitely let it affect me that how much money I had already given to this guy playing his incredibly wide ranges. And that's not how much money I gave that guy.
Are you sure it wasn't Alex Keating in disguise?
It's a very good disguise.
Alan Keating,
Yeah.
ALAN.
Yeah. So anyway, that's what happened.
Think of all the easy money in Vegas, Scotty. Is this it? Is this
Wait,
the
you mean the call or the bet
cool?
on?
Yeah, yeah, no, yeah. The easy money in Vegas, man. Like, there's easier money here
No, the
than
call was
this.
bad.
Yeah,
The call was
yeah.
bad.
Is this one of? Do you think this is one of the worst calls you made of the year?
No.
Oh.
No, I've made worse calls.
I
But
was
is
gonna say, I've
Okay.
made way worse than this in the
But
last week.
but
Let
is
me-
it in the top 10 given the size? Yeah. Yeah, this
Yeah.
is in the top 10 worst calls I made this week. I mean,
Okay, this is
Vegas
interesting. How,
yeah. Yeah,
Let me just ask you a quick question here. So once he goes all in and game face isn't required anymore, you think it ever makes sense to talking out loud here, especially like when you're in Vegas and you're not going to play with these guys again?
yeah.
Would that, I mean, for me, that would help me crystallize my thought process, but I
Yes.
would never want to do it here because I play with people all the time. But I honest question, do you think that is a helpful process to verbalize what's going down?
For me, yes, because I'm such a verbal person.
Yeah, so am I.
Yeah.
And it's a struggle sometimes, especially in spots like this where the action essentially is over and I
Yeah.
have a decision to make.
Yep.
Well, I was gonna start filming my entire sessions just to punish myself.
Right.
That's something similar.
Yeah.
Of like, if that helps, that's gonna be my thing. It's like every time I do something stupid, I have to watch myself do something stupid over and over again, and then watch you guys watch me do something stupid
Yeah.
and tell me
Because
how
cash
stupid I
poker
am.
isn't self-abuse enough.
Yeah. Well, just so
No,
you
I
know,
need to abuse myself more. That's how I get better at things. I'm not kidding. That's
It
how
would
I
be
get
good to
better.
record your sessions because you could bring them. That would be kind of
Well, that was
interesting.
the thing is that I want you guys to tell me how. I mean, like I know the first thing I said to Scotty was that I'm not bringing a ton of hands because I know what I'm doing wrong. But me knowing what I'm doing wrong is not enough for me to change it. So I need to make you guys yell at me over and over again about how stupid I'm being for me to
Right.
change it.
Also, that will help.
Have you thought about? I mean, it sounds like you need to reconstruct your thought process.
It's the thing is the problem is it's a emotional swing thing that's happening with me. It's like I know where I'm at in the hand and I'm calling, telling myself you're not good here. And then calling because I'm so frustrated with how bad I've been going recently. I'm
Well, you
like, you
know
need to
what?
stop. Like,
Yeah, Brian. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. If that's happening, then it's time to walk away from the table.
Yes. That's
yes. Yeah, it's still, and that's part of the problem is like I'm getting away from the table and I'm doing it. And I don't, I mean, I just like I'm getting better and better with it because I'm becoming more and more aware of it. But I'm like, we need to like really run through because I need to be in the spot where it's like, because I'm in spots where I'm like, I know I'm not good here.
All right. Let's take a look
I'm like, I'm calling.
let's take a look at a couple of those hands, Brian. Put them up.
Well, I did better. I don't have any of them this week because this week I didn't do that to myself.
Okay, good.
Like, I
Let's
did
see a
not
couple
do
of
that
hands.
to myself.
Let's see a
Even
couple
though I
of hands
was,
you did play.
yeah, I still have some that don't think I played great, but
All
I mean, I
right.
think they're questionable.
Put them up. And just so you know, while you're putting those up, in terms of going over and thinking and how deeply you're thinking about it, I've been going over this one for 3 days. I've been dreaming about this one.
Yeah, that's
I
kind
just
of
want to
one
go
we
there.
all have those. I'll stick with you.
Yep, this one's gonna stick for a little while. This one's gonna stick almost as long as the nut folding. All right, ace 7 suited. This goes to Larry.
All right. So
Very
A7
gonna hate
suited.
this.
Um, we're playing 1-3-6, or is this an open to six?
On 3, 5.
That's a straddle of six. Okay. Whatever. I think your open is about what, 20 or 30 here, 25?
Open to
20?
20 normally with no limps in between.
Okay.
Maybe I should go bigger.
I don't. Well, I think it's up to you in your game. It's a very personal decision. All right, we're playing massively multi-way A7 suited. Do we anything special about our villains here?
Hmm.
Didn't hear you.
I'm
We're
thinking.
losing you.
Nothing specifically.
Okay. All right.
Back to you.
Check. All right. I am not particularly. Yeah, I'm not betting multi-way on this board. This is interesting. So when we get a bet of 40. All right, this is uncomfortable. So the initial pot was what? Like 80 or something? 80, and then we get a bet of half pot. This raise. We've got combo draw to the jack and diamonds. You got to put, it doesn't really matter what our pot odds are here because we don't know what player 7's going to do. We don't know what player 40's going to do. I don't, I think we really like having nutted equity multi-way. And I don't think it's going to be very often off a half pot bet. This guy's going to re-raise and chuck us off our equity. So let me see here. So if he calls 100. I think we're right around, I think we've got, assuming we don't get blown off our equity, I think we've got the equity requirement on pot odds to call here.
All right, so we've got how many outs?
So we've got the way I'm looking, so I just,
12.
Okay, we start with 12,
yeah,
right? And
so
then
24%.
right, but now let's reduce that because when we hit our jack, we are often chopping.
It's a valid
Someone's
point.
probably got a diamond as
I
well.
don't, know that somebody's got a diamond.
Well,
this-
it's one principle is that we can't calculate dead outs because
Yeah, because we just don't
it's-
know. Right. I mean, we would love to get there and be against someone else who has two diamonds. But if someone else has two diamonds, those are two fewer outs of ours. All that kind of
maybe it's because maybe the way to think about that is that the dead outs are somewhat what's the word? There's also implied odds there as well if there's dead outs. So maybe they counteract each other.
Yeah, well, no, I would ignore the dead outs because we can't predict who has the diamond there, but we can reduce the value of a jack, and I think we should. I don't think
I'm
we should.
estimating that our equity requirement here is 18%, and I think we have probably we have 18%. I think we have like 20 to 22%, 20 to 25%.
Yeah. I don't think we have the full 20
equity here.
Yeah, I don't think we have the full 26 that the 12 outs would give us. But I definitely think we have 23. Yeah,
I think we have. I think your equity requirement. I think you're getting about 4.5 to 1 here. Now this it's scary because you've got two other guys in the pot here that can just say
yes,
eat some of this with my set of eights, but I would never call here if this wasn't drawing to nutted equity two ways. When this is drawing to nutted equity in two ways, I think we call.
gotcha. One correction, Bub. You counted 4 outs of the jacks. You can only count 3 of them because the jack of diamonds you already counted as a diamond
Oh,
out. Can't
No,
double-
that was an example for, let's say we had a bad straight end here. I would
okay.
reduce these odds. But here,
Okay.
if a jack comes, it's always clean. There's nothing, so I would never discount them. It's
No,
always
you're not-
clean. We never lose because the jack comes, right?
Right. But when you're doing your calculation of your equity back, you're saying, what are my pot odds offering me? The way you account for the jack is you say there are 3 jacks out there. And
Yes.
sometimes you chop. If they chop half the time, you count them as an out and a half because that's how much money you get back. And so instead of having 12 outs, you have 10 and a half. If you want to account for them, if you want to give them less, you only remove one of them. But that's how you do it in the calculation. That's how you account
Oh,
for the half pot. You say sometimes
yes.
stop, so let's pull out one of those outs of the 3.
Interesting. I never did that because I was always thought like, well, the worst that can happen is we check down and I split.
Yes,
Or-
but there's a second step. When you take your pot odds, you take your equity share, you multiply it either in your head or just sort of without doing it explicitly. The way you're doing it is multiplying it by the amount of money you can get back, and
yeah.
that's where you reduce it, and that gives you the right number. That's the adjustment you make to the calculation.
One thing
Okay,
to
interesting.
quickly
Because
add here-
I only
sorry.
used it for implied odds.
Right.
That was when I count odds.
Right.
I try to be correct. Yeah.
Right. So when you have chop outs, you just remove 1 or 2 of them, and then you do your calculation as if that was the number of outs you had, and you'll actually be doing it right.
One
It's a-
thing
it's
to quickly add here is that well, 2 things. Number one, we have increased implied odds because we're in position to these 2 aggressors.
Yes, we have a good equity realization.
But at some frequency, this eraser to 100 has a set, and so some of our diamond outs might be dirty.
Mhm.
but
Depending on which set.
he may tell us that on river. But I think this is in the end a call.
Okay. So let's see what Brian does. Brian calls, and the guy folds. Well, that's the second.
This makes it very interesting.
We didn't even count the aces and out. My God.
Is it now? So he bets 100 into 100 into what?
322.
Fold.
So I think Lewis is probably right. I'm not one to disagree with his gut here. I mean, we're getting
What was
20%, but I think ultimately it's very hard to
He's
win
got
here.
he doesn't even have any. He's got like nothing back, even if we wanted to bluff him, like which I
yeah,
wouldn't
that's the
recommend.
problem here with what I do. That's the big problem with
I
what I
mean,
do.
he's told you he has nutted equity here, so I don't think we need to bluff anybody here.
You think he told you
Completely agree.
I did with 100?
So when he click raised, this is what went through my head was that
Two pair.
I was like, he's gonna have a lot of two pair here, and I didn't think that
Yeah.
his sizing on the river is gonna lend to a ton of straights here. And I was thinking, I was like, Jack nine straight. It was already there. He goes bigger with Jack nine, or whenever he
Yeah.
position raises. As he's just not deep enough here.
I think he has two pair.
I did
I don't
too.
think he has straight.
I think he was in the straddle. I think he's got tens.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
this
Tens or
size,
eights.
these two pairs and stuff like that aren't gonna want to play for all the money.
They're
What's
not gonna,
going through my head?
they're not gonna want to, but are they
Yeah.
gonna?
The problem is, I think I overestimated this. He had like 500 behind, and even
Right.
then, it's probably still close.
Yeah.
I jammed. And,
Right.
I got snapped off because he
Right.
did.
Oh,
He click raised the king jack for the straight
okay.
draw.
He does have the straight.
Nice. Well
So
played, so.
I
not ideal,
Right.
but
I still think
I
the idea
still
is
kind of.
good.
I didn't hate my thought process. I hate that like I would have been okay with getting snapped off there if you had a deeper stack because I like that. I think that you don't have a great chair when you raised your river, and I think I can make you fold those hands. And I think there's no calling here. It's either a fold or a jam.
Yeah.
I agree
And,
with that because I
Yeah.
sat there and I was like, "There's no
and
chance I call here." I was like, "I just don't call here. I'm either jamming or I'm folding."
Well, I think the issue is that, I mean, he had a semi bluff that got there, but I think, I don't, it's not a bluff, it might be a value.
It's tough.
With his
I was
Tough.
wrong.
pair
I
and
mean, I was wrong.
open ender,
It's
but he's telling you he's got nutted equity on on uh on turn. And then the board becomes more dangerous at 4 to a straight,
Right.
and you're still trying to get him off something. I just don't think I don't think that's gonna be profitable for you long term. He's
you could
saying,
definitely be
I've
right
got the
about that.
fucking nuts on turn,
This guy
and we
folded
call
pocket
it because
eights.
we got a draw to nuts 2 ways. And we miss, and I think we just gotta accept that we're done for.
Yeah, I think that so one thing I've been noticing the more I'm playing and watching people play is that on boards like this, where there's fours are straight, it's just when they are like nobody's betting thinly enough. So the fact that he's betting means that I need to adjust my read here. I can keep my read here on the turn that when he click raises or whatever, or on the turn when he click raises, that I think he's going to have a lot of two pair type, which I'm okay with because that's generally correct. But I think that when we get to the river, they just don't. They're not betting. They're just not betting two pair, which is fine. I
They're
think that that's
checking.
what
They're
they're.
checking.
I would
Oh,
struggle
They're
betting,
checking a
like
ton.
if
I
I
agree with
might
you. I
play
don't even think
tens
it's
like
bad.
this, and I would struggle value betting tens here.
And I agree with you. I don't know if that's too thin or if it's not too thin. If you should be finding some bets here to be targeting hands that I have that are like maybe ace king and stuff like that. But the fact that they are betting is too strong. So that means I can't.
Yeah.
I think that if he checks here, I can find some jams. I mean, I
The
could
way
probably
that,
check backwards and say I have showdown, which is
yeah,
fine. But I would say that I would have to say that that would be inconsistent because I think on the turn, not if I'm calling and not counting this as an out, and I'm saying that he's going to have a lot of two parent sets here, then I can't be calling. I can't be checking back an ace here. I mean, I could and just give up, or I could be jamming because I think he's going to have a lot of two parent sets.
Yeah. Now,
Money when that four liner comes.
so two corrections on this. One for all of us and one for me. Um, Brian and I both said that 100 on the end didn't feel like a jack, and we were wrong. So just
Yeah.
in terms of your calibration, that he would bet 100 with that he would bet 100 with the nuts and not bigger. He did. So therefore it is. So let's recalculate that. And then the other thing was when I pointed out that the jack is chopping some of the time, I should have lowered the amount because when he raises there, what ace can player 3 have that he's raising with? That he wants to raise.
Ace or jack?
You can have ace jack there. He can.
No, an ace or like what do you mean? You're saying what
Go
ace
on the,
can he
go back to
have?
the turn. Go back to the turn. When we were counting outs on against this razor, and we were talking about the call, and I said, well, the jack is to the nuts, but it's to a chop nuts. Right? So let's just look at player the guy with 425 left. What ace can he have here that wants to raise right now? Does ace queen want to raise? Does ace 10 want to raise? No. Right?
King.
Ace king. Does he have ace king?
Mm.
Not very often because he didn't three bet.
Unlikely.
And I didn't think about that. I didn't carry the thread through when I was talking about the jack. It's very hard for player 425 to have an ace here as played, except ace jack, in which case we're playing for a fucking chop on the jack, we're surviving that. But that's the only one that's hard that, like that. And then the player who opened, what aces he have here? He could bet ace queen here. Yeah, okay. But it as played, they have to not three bet ace queen, ace king, and ace jack. So that's all. All right.
This guy folded a set of eights.
on the turn?
Just yeah, right here. He folded a set.
Who?
Jesus Christ.
Which
The end of
guy?
the hand. This guy. Turned a set of eights and folded it.
He's getting, he's
What the?
20% the board's gonna pay.
It was just like
So, and he is getting the odds to call, to draw to,
he was so
Or
proud at
both.
the end of the hand to say that he folded a set. And I didn't say that to him.
That's
can we
crazy.
all agree that this is a massive error that he folds a set here, giving what we
100%.
estimate to be
It doesn't-
50%
Insanely
pot
massive
odds?
error.
It's
Yeah.
terrible. But this guy's I made him fold. I knuffled him, and he had top pair, top kicker, not fucking. And he folded. He face up folded ace queen on the river with a queen on the board, and I had like five jammed river. He like snap folded ace queen.
Well,
Oh my
good
God,
for his.
you get to give me a lot of money.
All right. Up next is Lewis. Let's see the next hand.
Ooh, this is a good one.
This is a straddle, but
Okay.
one of them limped. I can't remember which one. I put it in wrong, but I remember the way it worked.
So like 20, I guess, then yeah.
25 straddle calls, small blind. Oh, it was one, but I played this hand a couple days ago, so forget.
If one of them limped, against the straddle, right? Okay, so one of them flatted it. Okay, gotcha. Okay.
I think it was only. Well,
Right, I assume it's gonna check through and we're gonna hit a king or a 10.
Check through.
What do you think? You really think it's gonna
Oh,
the way
okay.
it's gonna be that easy?
I mean, I'm not trying
I
to
can't
bluff
hit anything.
I'm not trying to bluff three people here, so I'm just gonna check again. Fold. I mean, if he bets like one big blind, maybe I'll call. Okay, checks to me, I'm checking.
Fuck that, they're capped as shit. What's the best hand they have here?
Like they can easily have a queen, which is just never folding.
Only
Insane to say. I
strategy.
make people fold those types of hands all the time. The
I
straddle's
don't
the
know.
only person.
Yeah, I don't
A
really want
lot of the
to.
time they come out and bet a queen here on the turn. This guy's a very most likely case to have a queen. The range, the best hands that they can have here are next, 6x, pocket eight, even pocket tens. They're pretty passive. They can have flush draws, straight draws.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard. I feel like I I need to know who the three players are to decide if I want to bluff or not. But
That's Kevin, that's Nancy, and that's Bill.
Doesn't matter.
all
Their
right,
ranges are capped. Kevin,
I
Nancy,
mean,
and Bill are
I mean,
capped.
Nancy's gonna be tight as fuck, so I'm betting.
Great,
Well, so
great. Now we're gonna get an age restricted because of that. Thanks, Lewis.
okay.
All right.
Okay, I
So
mean,
so you're
This
check. Brian's
if you're
gonna
gonna
um
bet, what would I bet
Brian's
with ace queen?
all
Like
right.
70.
Good enough.
yeah.
So Lewis, you're checking here. Makes total sense. And
Yeah,
now
I mean,
to do the exercise, instead you've decided to bet here. You're gonna construct a two-street bluff. What size?
yeah,
What
like
size do you want to bet
70.
when you take that line? So let's learn it. So learn that line. You don't have to take it, but you got to learn it. What line? What size
I,
do you want to
oh, sorry.
Yeah, I bet like 70 into 100. I mean, GTO was so small that, I'm not trying to play GTO against these guys. I just want
go?
to
Okay.
put them under
Can I sell,
pressure.
so can I sell you on this? You're on whether are you trying to put pressure on in two streets, or are you trying to find out if you're wrong, meaning using this size to cap them? So there are two different sizes. There's the one where a queen calls you, and then there's the one where you get raised and you find out that you're behind by the raise. Which one do you want to do? Just so you have,
No, I'm gonna bet big.
okay. So like 70. Okay,
Yeah.
let's see what Brian did.
Um, I agree with what Scotty just said. I think that there's two sizes here. Um, I decided to go smaller because I wanted to find out because they're capped, but say this guy checked. I mean, they're playing way too wide pre-flop, so they could still have some sort of random ass two pair that.
Mhm.
So I kind of want to go small and get raised by this guy when he
Right.
does have something very strong, even though I think a larger portion of their range that calls me, I think I can go bigger against like their turned flush draws, their
Mhm.
turned straight draws, all that type of stuff. So I go small, kind of in between. I think that maybe I just go like 40 here. I think my sizes in my head is not 70 and 30. It's probably like 40 and like 125 in my
Okay.
two sizes because we're deep enough that like I want them to pay me a lot of money with a draw. And
Right.
I think that if somebody turned some sort of like combo draw or some sort of straight draw or flush draw, they're going to pay a lot of money. It's a nice
Gotcha.
card.
Okay, cool. So
So
you
I go 40 though,
go with your
45.
small size. Excellent.
Yeah, good.
Let's get called out of position.
Future proof.
All right. Excellent. And the river, Lewis, let's see. Against,
Um, I mean, I feel like this is. I mean, they're never folding a queen. I mean, am I scared one of them has a queen?
I mean, you're in
Mm,
between here. I think that they have some queens in their range.
I mean,
Mm,
everything else which isn't a queen's just gonna fold. So I want to go large enough where just, you know, a queen's just gonna call and we lose, but then everything else is gonna fold. I mean, it's kind of nice not having clubs, I think, which is
Yep.
obviously great. So probably
Actually, the river wasn't a
like
club.
like 250, I think is good.
okay, so now let's go back over the thing you just said. You're going to get called by a queen and everything else is going to fold. According to that logic, you don't have to go 250 because you're not trying to get a queen to fold at 250. So you can go 100 or 150 here, and all the flush draws fold and all the straight draws
Well,
fold.
I don't know. I don't know if a nine folds. I want
Okay.
to ensure a nine folds.
All right. So what size do you
But
need? What size do you think you need to fold a nine multi-way?
250.
50,
Okay.
I agree with him. I went,
Okay.
actually did, I think I did the exact same size. I did say that I think it's less likely them getting a queen to fold here. I don't think they have a ton of queens, and I think that some of their queens raise the turn when I bet small. So said, I'm not really trying to get a queen to fold. I don't think they have a ton of queens, and I don't need to go that big to get everything else to fold. So I'll get it through. And these are the only pots I'm able to win right now.
Excellent. Yep.
This guy tanks though. This one I was sweating a little bit. Give me a second. He's taking a little bit to lay it
He's
down.
tanking. If we go small, he probably got a 9, right?
Might have.
Something like that, maybe. I mean, sometimes people just tank with some fucking draw. They're mad that didn't hit. Just they're all angry or whatever.
Right. So
No.
Bub says, I would be a little afraid that they could bluff some draws themselves here against the sizing, meaning if you go there's a certain size too small where they're going to say, that's not a queen, or I can get you to fold. Yeah, if you go 20 here, if you bet 20 into this pot and someone has absolutely nothing
On the turn, right? On the turn.
on the turn.
On the turn.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the river. Okay. never mind.
No, turn.
They bust some draws. That's fine. I'm okay with folding king high. It's not the end of the world. I mean,
Yeah.
we have a gutter too,
feeling.
technically, but
Yeah.
still.
Okay, so what we're doing here is we're over bluffing multi-way because these guys are way too splashy and passive. So
Yeah,
when
they're
it
passive
comes
and they're
to
kept
us,
here.
yeah.
And
But
they're straightforward. They're
I
passive.
think this is yeah. I personally think it's a mistake not betting big on the river though. Like they're just gonna
It's
flick
a-
it in with like
How
a.
big, Lewis, how big? Do you mean bigger than 250 or smaller?
No, I
than-
said two. Well, I think I said 250.
You
He
said
means to target like the draws and stuff. I mean, it really depends though. It's like if you got here, if say the board was um, nine, nine, nine of clubs, six of spades, four of clubs, and then the turn is the queen of spades,
You're
and the
cutting out.
river. Oh, you can't hear me?
Is it me who's not hearing people clearly, or is it?
You're Brian, fine.
Oh, it's me. It's me. I'll move into another room. Okay.
So say you have it's like a double flushing board, and one of the cards brings in the flush, the front door.
Yeah.
Then I think you have a valid spot to take a small side because you're going to run into some brick walls. So
Mhm.
we can target with the smaller size. We can target their other misdraws, and when we get snapped off, like I
Yep.
took this line earlier, and some guy was so proud of himself because he called me with like an eight to like third pair. I was like, "Okay." I was like, good for you, buddy. Like that's not how I'm trying to get to fold. This was a terrible river card, and I was just trying to get other misdraws to fold and
Yeah.
expected to get
And
snapped
the
off by
thing
all
that I
of
was,
that.
yeah. And the thing that I was going with Lewis was not that the 250 is wrong to target a 9, but was what I heard you said was, he's got, there's his misdraws and a queen's not going to fold, so I'm going to go 250. And I didn't hear to target a 9 because to target the misdraws, you don't need to go 250. But to
Yeah,
target,
yeah.
Yeah.
I just wanted to hear.
I just-
Nine, six, pocket
I
queens, all
I
that
just think against the recreationals on the river, you gotta like better sizing where they're feeling the heat, and that's often like an overbet.
Yeah.
And then you can just go smaller with your value as
Right.
well.
But I just want the specificity of which thing you're trying to get the recreational to fold. That's all.
Like they're
There's
10-9, they're around in
that's fine.
10-9 because that
Oh, I know.
would have called pre in the small blind and
Yep.
then check to see what happened maybe and then an overcard comes so they check again. Now they call in a bet.
Yep.
I have a
And by the way, Lewis, the
last
specificity, I wasn't looking for the exact 9, just that you were targeting a 9, because the only thing I heard was targeting the draws. That's all.
one last question about the hand. If
Yep.
an ace would come on the river, Brian, what would you do?
It's on the river.
Ace, non-flush completing, ace of hearts.
Continue with my line and snapped off two pair. It's fine with me. It doesn't matter that much, and honestly, it scares people a lot. Like that river card, when they don't have an ace, they just always put you on some sort of ace when you bet. What I've seen, like even I'll show it's two hands. We'll do it next if you want to. Or a guy almost folded into me because he thought an ace. I was thin value betting. Almost folded a better hand because he thought I might have randomly got there. It's like really small. It's like
So when the club comes on the river, are you shutting down or are you betting small? I assume you're not betting big when the club comes on the river because we're putting them on because we're
well, what's good?
on a flush draw,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, so I don't think I need to go that big to get when a club comes on the river, I don't need to go huge to get a 9 to fold. Obvious draw completed, so I'd still be targeting a 9, but I can target it with a small.
Okay.
Be on the river and get a 9 to fold, maybe like maybe even less than that, because I think that when that obvious draw comes in, it's more they're more scared and I can get them to fold those hands.
Given that the straddle is behind you, so if you were the last to act and they both checked the club, that
And I'd
makes
be willing to go much more aggressive on the river and try and get everything. I'd be willing to target the queen X that is still in their range.
yeah. But given that the straddle has not yet bet, I'm not sure that I'm gonna bluff the river on a
On a
club.
club?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I may shut it down because they haven't both spoken. So that's just a thought. All right. Next hand goes
Yeah.
to Bub.
Remember this hand also figure it
Nice.
out. What's going on here? What did I do?
Straddle that's not marked.
Must have done it. It must have not put the button straddle in whatever, because I can't even set it up.
Right.
Um, what do you want to do? Who's up?
It's me. Yeah, I want to raise here. What sizing you would use to raise here? Like, I guess 24? Yeah.
What do you want to do?
Okay, I personally, and that is something I do oftentimes when I'm out of position, I would always check here. I just range check. I could have any hand here and I would just check. And this hand we could call or raise. I don't mind any of these lines, in my opinion.
This recreational player overbets
Did
the
he
flop.
actually did he overbet?
Yeah, when this rec player overbets the flop, you really want
Oh.
to rate.
Yeah, one quick comment. We want to be, this is a beautiful check raise board for us, but I think it's important to be sensitive to what their sizing is here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually didn't notice he bet 150.
125-ish. Yeah,
No,
150,
it
you're
was
right. My bad. You're right.
I still want to continue. I'm not sure if that's the best idea, but I think we have to. This hand is actually super strong. I am just calling. I'm not folding here yet.
But see,
Not
part
yet.
of it is, so I agree. I want to continue here because I think that there are going to, even though right now I don't think I have a lot of fold equity, I think there are spots to be able to make people fold. I think that his range is going to lend a lot to like top pair hand to deny equity. Yeah. We have a
And
lot of outs. And there's a
we
lot of
can
great turn
still
cards.
beat top set, right? I mean, at least we can beat top set with the draw.
Yeah, we could. I just like to see the information we get. We go. We call. Turn to 9.
Okay, nice. So the 9 is actually not the worst card for us. We could do some stupid donking here. Is it stupid? So if I would lead here, I would lead like 50, or I just check again. Okay. Now on the river we got there. They checked turn, which could mean that he has something like Jack X. He can still have 10-9 for some reason, or a full house. I would actually go. I'm not sure. Can we really bet here? I think no. I think we are only against bluffs. A weird play 10x.
Against a lot of 9x. Don't think he has a ton of boats here. So find out really quickly if he has a boat.
Do you think that he could ever have a hand like pocket jacks here?
He would say it's not impossible. He was
Uh,
not super aggressive pre-flop. He was a pretty passive, but he calls like everything.
it wouldn't make too much sense on the turn to me. I feel like this is either nuts or a pure whiff with some Jack X or flush draw. And then if he has a flush draw or Jack X, I just hope he can bluff. So I would check call.
Why would we think this is not? This is a whiff or nuts? Like I would completely disagree with that analysis entirely. I don't think that's
Um,
even close. Like, I think that when he comes out and bets 75 on the flop, most rec players don't take those types of things with their bluffs. So a lot of the time they're doing it with strong but vulnerable hands or super nutted hands, and do their super nutted hands check not often in position. So I mean they
10
do
jack,
sometimes.
I,
10
I would
jack,
have
makes sense
guessed
to
I
bet.
would have guessed that ace 10 just continues on the turn.
Nope.
Something like
The
And not
nine,
always when the board pairs. They don't love that they now lose to trips.
right, because remember how many nines we have in our range. We check call nines. We don't bet nines, we check call them on the flop. And when they have 10-8, they've now been counterfeited. They can't love it. And
Yeah.
when they did this with Jack 10, because they had top pair and the straight, and they loved it, then the 9 came in, and now their 10 shriveled up after our call. There's a lot of value to be gotten here with a thin value bet, and we just have to have the discipline to fold to a raise.
I agree with, but my question is about size. I want to hear what everybody's size would be here. If, say we're targeting one hand here and it's Jack 10 or 10-8. We're targeting two hands.
10-8, ace 10,
10x.
all those hands are the same
Ace
hand
10.
as Jack. All those hands are the same.
How big?
So we're gonna go.
Maybe like 120, 125.
yeah, if I would target just the 10, I would go
I
like
think
half
I like
pot.
block.
Block size, just as long as we're okay, like we understand. Well, is this player capable if we block? Are they capable of turning shitty showdown value or, bluffing you, Brian?
No. No.
No. Then I'd probably like block even a little more.
And what's your block size? 60, 50, 70?
50-ish,
No,
maybe.
like I don't know. I don't know how I feel about my sizing on the river. I went 100 on the river and I
I
was
don't hate
like,
that at all. That's fine.
Yeah, this is fine. It's
800.
it's a fine line between block and thin value.
Yeah.
like
Anything.
I
I think
wanted, I don't know. I think that the board's paired. They're gonna want to call more. Guys, just I think that I didn't take the extra step to think like if I had a bluff here, like how big would I go? I think I'd be going pretty fucking big here. Bluff is my thing. I think that I can get a little bit more greedy because he called me pretty quick, and I was just like,
you didn't
I
get a
don't know,
reveal.
no reveal. I don't know what he had, but we went
Yeah,
within the pot.
I think your size. I mean, he's capped as fuck. Your sizing
Yeah,
is fine.
I
He
think like I
most
could go at
likely
least like
called you with
125 though.
someone mentioned jacks, which he doesn't three bet, and also a 10. I think it's a good sizing.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I
All right.
don't think so. So there was a hand a while back where the guy tanked forever and then finally folded, and I said I wanted a bigger bet on the river because I wanted him to tank for less long. And in this one, it's like, well, he called quickly, so I want to bet a little bit more so that he tanks a little bit before calling. I want to squeeze out that extra 5, 10, $15. And I think that for most of us, the importance of squeezing the extra 15 is less important than the direction.
And also,
So
we have limited brain power, and this game is frustrating enough. We shouldn't sweat,
Yeah.
Missing $50 here.
Yeah. So I think that knowing that this is that literally that in this one it's not Valley O'Brien to say anywhere from 50 to 125 because they're all doing the same thing.
Yeah, I think
And we don't
years
there's-
back in this study group, we got a little obsessed with sizing when we were way into Solverland, but I think that was some wasted brain power.
Yeah. So 100 is great. And the fact that in this case against this guy, the right answer was 125 or 130 so that he didn't call so quickly and then still called.
It was frustrating because I think that I didn't think long enough. Like I think that I probably if I put a little more thought
Yeah.
into it, but I think
Yeah.
125 is probably a good call.
Yeah.
shit that calls 100. But I mean, yeah, okay. It's
Right.
25
And by
bucks.
the
It's
way,
not the end of the world.
if we put it in his head, go into his head for a second, and we're going to give him three exact hands. Here, we're going to give him ace 10, 10 8, and jack jack, because they're all the same. All of them don't love don't love the 9, but they're checking to pot control and intending to call rivers. They don't love the overcard, but you have draws here. So they have to buckle up and call. That's why they did it. So that amount of brain power pushes you towards a larger thin value bet here. Because of the draw nature of the board in their mind, when they checked back after betting large, they were intending to call the river, lots of rivers, when they were pot controlling in
Yeah.
their head. That's what I think is going on with them. And so for that, anything under pot is fine. And actually the perfect size against that thought process is 75%.
Yeah. Okay.
75% is
50.
the line that people who are intending to call, who are pot controlling, they call that. They start worrying at pot and bigger. So there you go. That's my analysis of the pool. Every person is different. All right. Next one is Andy.
All right. Ooh, I love King 10. How do you know I'm going to open? Maybe I'm going to limp.
All right. Andy opens to 15.
All right. I don't think this guy has a 3 betting range. I've played with him twice now, and I was watching him get this showdown with hands, and I was like, what the hell is going on right now? His donking range is not a knuffle donking range. He donks with nutted hands. He donks with top pair decent kicker. He donks with over pairs. He he's a donking machine. He doesn't. One thing he doesn't do is donk with bullshit, from what I've noticed, at least that I've seen yet.
So he's like super face up. See good hand, bet good hand.
Yeah. He donks into you.
Is it too early to think about folding?
I think it's too early to fold. I think that he still has like Jack 10 and
Oh,
like
so
I
he
still
would
think
just he would donk most of his top pairs.
yeah.
He's just not
And
donking bullshit.
he would donk 3 4s here. He would donk
Okay.
pocket jacks here. He would donk Queen 10 here, Jack 10 here, 10 9 here, Ace 10, like all of that stuff.
Okay.
So like
Um.
that was what I think
Yeah.
from
Then
what
I
I've
think
seen.
I think I just call. Or can we do the ultimate fishy move? Let me raise for information.
Well,
Yeah, that's
he sounds like a Nuffle candidate, and Nuffle tells us to call. Well, let's call.
Yeah.
that's my thing, Scott, is he's not like he's donking. He doesn't 3 bet kings,
All
doesn't
his
3 bet
thick
queens,
value. He's
doesn't three
donking
bet
everything.
aces. He's
Right.
donking jacks, queens, kings,
Yeah.
aces, like all of that shit right
Okay.
here.
But
So
are you going to fold top pair to 1 bet?
no. I'm not. That's
What's
not my
wrong?
argument. I'm just saying that I tried to nuffle him one time, and I looked down at pocket aces and was like, "What the fuck is going on?" Right
Yep.
now?
That's, it's one time.
Well, then I watched him again.
Yeah, that's the
And
guy.
he donked,
Right.
and he flopped the nut straight.
Right.
And the
Okay.
guy like
Yeah, you gotta
raised him
read.
on
You
the
gotta read.
turn, and then he
My
told me
guy,
to jam a river, and he snapped off like what's not straight.
my guy donked a set of queens.
Yeah,
Right. So
that's
there we go.
multi-way different, but
Yeah.
okay. So now it goes 25, Andy again.
25 again. Huh. Same bet. Smells kind of bullshitty.
Oh, I don't think.
Doesn't Nuffle say raise everything?
Mm-mm.
Well, not,
Top
no, they
value.
have a.
We raise our air. We call here with Nuffle.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have air, and then
Fuck
we
what Nuffle
call
says. What do
range
we
on the
think his
flop.
range is though? He does
10,
this.
10, lots of 10x, lots and lots of
Yeah.
10x. Some
At this
It's
point, a
not
lot of
ace
like
10.
no, a hand like queen 10, jack 10,
Right.
9 10, maybe king 10. Maybe you're calling a chop or he's betting a chop.
And given
Yeah,
the
and I
guy,
still think he has pocket jacks and
he
queens and
still has
stuff like
pocket
that.
jacks. He still has pocket jacks through kings that would now be afraid of the ace.
Oh yeah, so we just call.
Yep, we call.
I checks the river. This is my question about the hand. Do we want to go thin here?
I don't think I think at this point, um I don't know if I'd consider it thin or I mean, are we bluffing to try and get him to fold jacks, queens, kings?
Not given the
Or
size he's gonna
trying
go.
to bluff him off a chop. I mean,
We
I don't know if I mean, would we really call it a thin value bet or I mean, I guess he does have some worse stuff that we can fold
Oh, I'm
out, but he does
retarded.
also have stuff.
I'm
we
so retarded.
chop with all
I'm
tens.
so retarded. I just
You don't
Yeah,
realized
we
beat
that.
chop with all tens.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know. I just realized that.
yeah.
It makes it so we don't go
So
thin. We only turn our hand or a bluff or checking back. That's what makes I didn't pay enough attention in him.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no beating a queen 10 here.
Agreed.
trying to blast him off a chop, especially if he's the type of player that'll fold a 10 here to a decent sized bet, then yeah, I don't mind going big at all.
I can't believe I just
I
realized
think
this.
I mean he's got a 10 or better for sure. So I mean I don't hate turning our hand into a bluff.
Okay,
Although
well this
obviously
doesn't
the
even
only
matter.
thing with us going call.
Yeah, the 50 is the 50 is sensible.
Irrelevant. Doesn't matter. It's stupid.
It
I just
doesn't.
realized this now, looking and seeing that it doesn't matter because the only thing I was targeting here was his weaker 10x, and it doesn't fucking matter because I chop with weaker 10x.
Yep.
Oh, that makes me so mad.
It looks super obvious when we go call. And then all of a sudden we bet when the flush draw bricks. He's probably going to call a lot of his queens,
Oh, he
kings,
tanked.
jacks, thinking,
He tanked. It was like, oh man, I thought you caught the ace. And I was like,
"Oh,
oh,
I think
Pocket
that bet might have worked."
kings! Pocket kings! I'd say a flop.
Yep. Pocket
Yep.
kings. There are the there are the flouters.
Time to set mine.
We had the
I
guys
don't
who
know.
we had the guys who open limp jacks and ace king and all that kind of stuff and didn't 3-bet them. Yep. All right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bad. Wasn't
Bad.
thinking enough
That was bad.
here. Didn't even realize it till I watched you guys. So we saw that shit.
Right. So now
Ugh.
before he shows, now let's go back and let's go back and let's play the river knowing that. All right. So playing
I
the river,
know his range here.
there are whose hand is this? This is Andy's hand. So what are the only two good options here, Andy? There's only two good options in Scotty's opinion.
On the river,
Yeah, on the river.
we either check it back or bet big.
Exactly. What's the big size?
We're either taking our equity or we're turning our hand into a bluff.
Exactly. And what's the bluff size?
The bluff size, I'm going like 200.
Great. And what are we representing with the bluff
Ace X.
in their minds?
Yeah, in his mind
King.
at least. Getting
Ace
scared
king.
of the ace king, because that's what they think we always have. We can easily have ace X of spades that we called the flop, and then we improve on the turn. I mean,
Okay.
we do have value or a slow played four, which we shouldn't have many fours. But the player who doesn't 3-bet kings isn't really thinking that,
Right.
man, this guy opened in middle position. He should not have much 4x
Good.
other
Okay.
than exactly ace four suited, which there's only two combos.
Okay, now let's go back to the turn and see if any of, assume that the person is not Phil Ivey, but not an idiot, meaning the story needs to make sense. So let's make sure that our bluff story makes sense. On the turn, he bets 25 and we call. All right. So does that
He's
work?
an idiot though, so that assumption doesn't.
No, I'm saying against someone who you want your story to make sense.
We have someone who we want our story to make sense. When they choose that small size, I probably start thinking about raising on the turn.
Right.
Given that now we know that, I mean, we're chopping with any 10x except ace 10, and ace 10 doesn't bet this size, especially when he comes out and bets almost full pot on the flop.
Right. So, do you have any believable? So you're representing a very weird four and a lot of ace. does ace make sense in this in this line?
I'm
got it.
not gonna raise all of my ace X every time, especially if I have the flush draw with it.
Okay.
I may just keep calling it, but I mean, some
Even
portion of the time I am gonna raise ace X of spades here.
Okay. Yep.
I'm never
Alright.
just flatting a 4 here, so no, I don't have a 4
Right.
in this line. But I mean, this I doubt this player who's,
Yeah.
our villain here is ever thinking about that.
Right. But I but I want us to be able to do it. So this is not this is not the most sense. A lot of our ace would raise against this small size because of the double flush board when he goes this small. So when that is the case, I think when there's a little hole in your story, I think I want the bluff to be a little bigger. I want them to say, I don't believe you, but I don't want to pay it off.
Would
On the
ace
bluff-
10 just call?
yeah, I'm going 200 on the river.
That's what they said, 200.
Yeah,
I'm
200.
going
That's what I'm saying is that when we turn this into a bluff, I want it to be a little bit bigger than you think it needs to be to get the tens and the underpairs and the overpairs to the 10 that he has
Well-
to fold, because if he thinks about it, it's a little bit dubious for us to have an ace here. So I want to make it even more uncomfortable.
well. The whole here is that I didn't take the time to realize I'm chopping with, because I knew what he had. Like I was
It's been valuable.
basically 100% certain that he has 10x that I'm ahead of, or an overpair, and I'm okay with owning myself against jacks or queens or kings until I realize, fuck, I chop with everything other than those hands.
Yep.
If I realize that here, I'm certain I can make him fold all of
Yep.
that shit here, and I'm gonna go fucking as big as I feel like. I mean, I think I can go 200 and get him to fold that shit.
Right. Yeah, you're going 200.
He's just scared player. It's the reason he doesn't three bet anything. He's like, what's the point of three betting? I want to see the flop before I do anything.
Yep.
Uh,
So that's fine. So you're going 200 and I am going 225 to 260 here. I'm going just a little bit bigger than you guys when I bluff. And most of the time I'm not bluffing. I'm just going to take the showdown.
That's fair enough too. Taking showdowns okay.
So you made a clear $50 error and I made a clear $3,000 error. Brian wins. All right, next hand goes to Rob.
I didn't realize what you said. I don't have any more. I just have a bomb pot.
Okay. All right.
I
And
want to review.
Let's
I
do
have
the
some
do
hands.
the pop pot at the end. So I'll chop it out. Okay. Next hand goes to Rob. Who's got a hand? If not, I'll put one up.
Me,
How
I
did you
got one.
You got one? Okay, go Lewis.
Right, 2-5.
Whose turn is it?
Rob.
Good luck, Rob.
Yeah, can you hear me, right?
Yep, we can hear
Can you
you.
hear me? Okay, 2-5. Thank you, Larry. Also, thank you for all your advice the other day. That's
Well, I
really
appreciate you
helps.
saying that. No worries.
No,
It's
it
my
really
pleasure.
helps. Yeah. Sorry, I gotta pay attention, but it
I appreciate the kind words.
way ahead now. Thank you.
Okay, what are you gonna do?
Ooh.
Big mind's free bet you.
I think it gets a big. Oh God, usually, but I don't think. Yeah, If I
It's
was
fairly
if I was flush, I mean, if I was suited, I would I might four bet, but because I have position, I'm just gonna call this.
I think I mean maybe not cutoff versus big blind, but certainly like under the gun versus big blind, it's the opposite. You tend to full bet your
We
offsuit.
call our offsuit combos and we four bet our offsuit combos and call our suited combos. But this guy
yeah.
three bet is kind of high, so
And we're in the cutoff. We're not.
Right.
Yeah.
And everybody may be playing more aggressive since there's only 3 right now, or 4. Also, I'm sorry. I thought there were five at first. I missed the guy on the right that wasn't in. So, uh, yeah.
So
Give it.
you're cool then.
Let's see. I'm thinking of a four bet size. Like 30.
Wow, that's massive. I go 20.
Yeah, like somewhere in between 20 and 30, probably like a 22,
Oh, right.
23.
Yeah. I mean,
One
if he
one
calls 20,
shorthand to
then
think
jam over
is
him.
to
I
go.
mean,
One shorthand is to think 2.5 times. So what is 2.5 times his three bet? Doesn't always work, but it's a
20,
quick and dirty shorthand.
22.5.
right,
22.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
when you
added
see
a
this go,
little
what's 2.5
spice to
times?
that.
Right.
You know,
And
two
then
and a half
like,
times is like 21, something like that.
Right,
To be
right,
up,
right.
yeah. I think I was probably timing out, so I probably just did
No,
anything.
this is fine.
fine.
Yeah, your sizing is fine, but
Uh,
that's just a good shorthand for Rob to know.
yeah, if he goes 30, you're basically saying I'm never folding.
Mm-hmm.
And
You
that's
can't
not good.
fold.
Because you want to have some bluffs, right? I mean, maybe you never bluff, but it should look like you
Thanks,
can have
Brian.
bluffs.
I mean, yeah, I mean, we were value betting pre. But...
I might just check behind this.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I'm not scared right now. I mean, like what is his continuation bet? 31? Yeah. Yeah. Full the continuation bet 43. I think this is reasonable to check behind. I
Yeah,
could
I
be
think
dead wrong, but that's
I
why
think
I'm
you,
here, so I learn.
Well,
yeah.
you
I mean, I
are
think you
sure,
can, but
that you
I'm
use-
not.
Oh, okay. Go Lewis first, then I'll.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, that's why I'm here, Larry. Thank you.
in terms of the range analysis, like, I mean, he could have jacks. I mean, we probably don't have jacks much. I mean, I don't think ever has nines or sevens. I mean, maybe we'll have nines, but most people just call those, I think, in this configuration. So like, I'm kind of not, it's kind of a bricky board. Like, I don't think I mean, he's not gonna have eight, 10-8, I mean, maybe 10-8 suited, it's like a GTO free bet, but most people at this stage ain't doing that. So yeah, I feel like we're not really scared of much. Like, and I don't know if he's gonna like free bet like King Jack suited and then cool and Queen Jack suited and Jack 10. I mean, he's probably supposed to some, but I feel like most people just call those. So I'm kind of not really scared of much, but like, yeah, but I don't know what his range is, to be honest. Like, it's probably quite strong. Like,
Well,
I
the
don't know,
one good thing about a three bet
wouldn't he just
call,
go in with queens though,
the one good thing about a three bet call range is that it's pretty
this is a four bet
condensed.
call.
I mean, he's got.
No, he three bet and then called the four bet. That's what.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Three bet call to four bet. We know this is a very condensed range.
Yeah.
It's pretty. I think he's got a lot of ace queen suited here. He does have jacks.
Mm-hmm.
He does have queens. And
Yeah.
he's got your hand a lot.
Yeah. So I went for the bet, like the tiny bet, which
I
I think
love it.
checks fine. And he called.
I like this card. But this is Rob's hand.
Well, you bet. So, yeah, I'd continue with the small bet again.
That's
'Cause
what I did.
It's not. That's still relatively small for.
Yeah, no, yeah, but like, why would you check now if I mean, like, a deuce isn't gonna scare you? So yeah, like that.
Can I ask Rob a question here?
Oh God, please do.
Uh-huh. You've got the ace of diamonds. The two of diamonds just came on the turn. What can that potentially allow you to do on rivers?
It gives me a lot more play, that's for sure.
Now, this may be way too exploitative, but well, now
Once I get to the river, you're saying.
what I
You said river, right?
well, you
Not
guys can
turn.
tell me. Yeah, you guys can tell me if I'm ridiculous, but
No, the thing you're about to say, I agree with 100%.
he's not.
Oh,
I agree.
He's not drawing to the nut flush. You
no,
draw to it.
not at
So
all.
now when this two comes, you have a lot of bluffing potential in the 18% of the time that another diamond comes on the river.
That's what I meant by like I have a lot of play.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I mean, yeah, when you have that ace, sometimes I do with the king too, but the ace, what are you
I
gonna worry
would.
about?
I think I would go more polar on this. You don't have much behind in a 4-bet pot. Maybe this is a better size.
That's true. That's true. We don't have a lot.
I love that
So
it's
pretty much like we're shoving. Yeah, on a diamond we're shoving. Yeah, let's see what happens.
Scotty, you wanted to come in?
I just wanted to say I love that you didn't make it exactly 2x the previous bet.
Really close.
It was close, but it wasn't exact.
Pretty much.
Yay! What a fucked up diamond. Yay!
It is kind of a fucked up time.
Jack's a little like that's not the best diamond though, guys. I mean,
It's not.
Oh, it's not.
that's
It's
not the best diamond to hit.
yeah.
That might change me a little bit.
Well,
Very
well,
bad.
we're not. Well,
Well,
it's
you
gonna
only
get a
have
bit
two
feisty.
Let's see what he does.
Well. Actually, yeah, he goes all in.
Oh yeah, then I'm folding.
Nice hand, so.
Sorry, I'm folding. Tell me why I'm wrong, but
You are folding. No, you are not
yeah,
wrong.
okay,
You are
okay.
You are folding.
Yeah,
Yeah, if
you
we
want
put it, this is a fun hand for solver. Also, it's a fun hand to see if we do get more polar sizings on turn when
Yeah.
we hold the ace of diamonds on the two of diamonds turn.
Okay, let's do the solver, Scotty.
That's
Kind
what
of
I'm doing.
first.
Here we go. All right. Here we go. We got solver land.
It's going to give you only single sizings.
That's okay.
All right.
Yeah, the guy did the small free bet, so he's probably going to be a bit more linear than
Right.
the
Okay. So here we go. We're gonna
and
we'll do this lovely peak. And we are cut. Come on, peak. So our
Don't puke,
GTO
peak.
predictions, peak. Thank you. Here are our GTO predictions. We are in
Cutoff versus big blind, right?
cash 6 max 100, right?
yeah.
There we go. Good. Save. We are in the cutoff. Cutoff opens the ace king like a normal person would. The 3-bet came from the small blind.
Big blind.
No, big
Okay,
blind.
Big blind. Ace king off does a bunch of 4-betting and a bunch of calling. We chose the 4-bet around this size. Great. If you change your 4-bet here to jam, to do a jam, it ain't the worst thing in the world. It's not the best thing. If you just jam this when you have ace king,
In position, I don't know.
I think the wizard has jam
it's not the worst thing.
sometimes.
It's better non-jam. It's a much better non-jam, but it's not negative EV. I'm just telling you, you're not losing money by doing it. You're losing some EV. All right, here we go. So he calls. We are in a 4-bet pot. My prediction is that the solver is going to bet small well across range across almost every board. Let's see if it does it
So
on this.
jack of clubs, 9 of spades, 7 of diamonds.
I'm going to
Go.
go out on a limb and say we get B50s here. I think actually this solver doesn't have B50s.
Wait,
Jack of clubs, jack of
Jack-
clubs.
Jack of clubs. There we go. Got it.
I
Okay.
think it's going to have bigger. Nope. You're
No,
right.
this is him checking. This is him.
So he has donks.
Okay.
He has donks,
Surprisingly on this board.
top part of his range. But when he doesn't donk, we are checking 43%. So I'm wrong. So that prediction was wrong. But the size is just
Fine.
classically small.
Quarter pole.
Yeah, there's nothing in these sizes. All right. So we go small. It's a slight.
Do we want to hover over the ace king just to see if suits do matter in any way? They don't. Okay,
No.
So suits
go
aren't
on.
going to matter usually on flop.
Yeah.
You're going to have some more
And on rainbow boards.
Rainbow
specificity
especially, yeah.
on
Yeah.
You need more specificity on turn.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The fact that we like being with the top suit more than the lower suits is a heuristic that exists. And it's unimportant to learn.
Mhm.
But I've seen it before. So that's if you're ever trying to throw that out, is you like being the top suit more than the lower suits. And the
But-
reason is unimportant now.
Yeah. And even the heart, I mean, having the heart is a little bit
So-
less betting,
So
but
what's he
it
called?
doesn't
Ace
really
king,
matter, I
ace
guess.
queen. Interesting queens doesn't raise. Jack
Where's
10 just
our-
gets it in.
Why is it giving me the option? Why is it giving me these weird options?
What do you mean?
Check. So we check, and now we're in the cutoff, and we're gonna bet.
You blind
Yeah.
checks to
There we go.
us.
This is the node. This is the node. We want to bet
Yeah.
11.6. Right. There's no 4 points. There's no 4.6. It's small, but it's not as small. So
Yeah.
I was wrong about that. I was wrong about everything.
Yeah. And then he's called in with, I mean,
And when he
yeah.
calls, you guys are in the way of his call. That's the problem.
I think humans overfold here
Calls.
if they don't have anything.
Now we have the deuce of diamonds. Here we go. Deuce of diamonds. He checks. And our size is very specific. It only
20.
likes this size. And it likes this size. What do we need? I got to move us out of the way. What does it like most?
40%.
40%.
Right, but the hands it likes most,
It wants a diamond.
it wants a diamond, but it loves the king of diamonds more than the ace of diamonds.
I mean,
That's all right.
it hates my combo. It's a pure check my combo.
Right, which was ace of diamonds,
King of clubs.
king
I
of
don't know
clubs.
what that anomaly is about. It always freaks me out.
Nope. Me neither.
I
And we're not
think
gonna-
we want to. I guess we want to unblock.
Yeah.
The
But I will just
backboard
say that
clubs or
we're all-
something.
I will say that both Larry and I are surprised that it's the king of diamonds that loves it, not the ace of
True.
diamonds.
I never quite understood that.
Yep. So we would simplify this to say you need a diamond to continue. That would be our simplification here. We're going to ignore the heart spade here. Just you need it. We're going to say you need a diamond to continue. And our prediction was that it would prefer the ace of diamonds. And now we're seeing that in Solverland, it prefers the king of diamonds. We'll go back and learn about that if we see this regularly enough. If we study
But
this.
look at ace diamond, king heart.
Ace diamond, king heart. There we go. Likes it a lot, but still loves the king of diamonds. King of diamonds is the one that does it more than any of them. All right, there we go. And when you bet small, and that's it, because when he jams the river, we're done. But let's
Yeah, I
see.
mean, we did
Well, show us-
B30. We did
That was-
B33, but
Can you
Alright.
show us if we follow through on?
Yes.
Throw up a couple, like just the two.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw up a diamond. I'm gonna throw up
Yeah,
a
and then-
non-jack diamond and then a jack
And we'll
diamond.
compare and contrast.
Yeah, exactly. So the size that is taken most often, because we want to be in the thickest part of the tree, is 27. There we go. He calls. And we're on the river. Let's get a blank diamond. Let's get not the 10. Let's get the 8 there's no real blank here. But the 6 of diamonds is pretty blank. Let's get the
Probably
6 of
diamonds.
diamonds.
I mean,
Keep
7-6
check,
gets there, but
And we blammo with diamond.
All diamonds, notice.
Blammo. Okay, good. Now, instead of the 6, it is the dubious jack of diamonds.
We're still gonna jam.
And we still blammo.
Now put up like the 2 of hearts or something.
2 of hearts. He checks. Sorry, 2 of hearts.
Or maybe the 3, I don't know, whatever. That's fine.
He checks. We do not blammo.
Yeah.
And now we blammo ace queen.
yeah, to get ace king to fold.
Right. And let's see. Did we blammo the ace queen in the other ones, in the other diamond lines? But I didn't even look at it. So let's do our happy 6 of diamonds again. Check. We do not. That's a fun reversal.
So, I mean, I think this is not just solve a land. I think this is a good heuristic for humans. I really I really like this this bluff line.
And what is the heuristic you're taking away?
I mean, yeah, I mean, these pots are hard to play against recreationals because they rarely free bet from the blinds,
Right.
from the big blind.
Yeah, Larry, what's the heuristic you take away from this?
I think the having the ace of diamonds here is important.
Okay.
And maybe king of diamonds too, sovereign land, what else. But so when we choose to range bet flop, it's important to understand that that two of diamonds allows us to continue the story.
Right. So let's give ourselves just a different turn here. One that
We
doesn't.
did it with the 2 of hearts, and it changes our betting frequencies a ton. And
Yeah.
now ace
Yeah, it's
queen
rainbow
off
now.
likes to bluff a lot more.
Yep. Now ace queen is bluffing at the ace king.
And maybe we just want to now get ace king to showdown.
Yeah.
Which is
Yep.
weird in a 4-bet pot because it doesn't win, but whatever. He's got a strongest fuck range.
Yeah. There we go. All right.
All
Up
right.
next is me. You got another one, Lewis?
Yeah,
All right, give me one.
I got like a couple more.
Okay.
Uh,
And then it's Mike is next.
this one's quite fun.
All right. Jack. Let's open to our standard size. 2.5. Great. Called in 2 places. Check. Let's bet a standard small on this because multi-way 2 is great. 6, 7, 8, 2 is great. There are lots of reasons to bet 2. I'm fine with this. My standards, and we get jammed on, and we are strongly considering folding, and we are going to choose to fold this one because if we're ever calling with a jack, if we're mixing jack here at all, we're going to call with a jack of clubs and fold without it. So I'm not even claiming we're mixing jack here at all, but if we are, yeah, so you get to win this. Sometimes I have a set here and I have 9-10.
Yeah, cool. But we were actually a dog against the draw, but we held. I think the guy had like 52%.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yep. It's 52%, but but you have an overlay. But yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if this was right. Maybe a bit too risky business.
Well, that's the thing is imagine how much nicer this is with the jack of clubs.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like people do this weird massive jam when they just have like a high equity draw, don't they?
Yep.
Like I'm not.
But imagine if this high equity draw was the 8, 9 of clubs. Oh my God, the number of outs he has.
What would other people have folded? Because this goes a bit to our risk question of earlier, but maybe I was a bit too risky here.
I don't think I can you show what are your pot odds you've been offered in?
Yeah, I mean, I did not even think about pot odds
They're
because it's
infinite.
too hard. But
They're like a half. Yeah, this is a pretty. I mean, pot odds don't get bigger than 50%.
Oh, by the
So,
way, this was 3-way, right?
yeah, the big blind was in as well.
So, I mean, you have 11 hands. He's played half of them. Right. He's in the big blind.
No, he's in the small blind. I
Um,
raised the cutoff and then both the blinds called. Then it checked
I'm
to
not
me.
going to fold against a guy, even though it's a tiny sample size. I'm not going to fold against a guy who's played half of hands since he got to the table.
All right, let's see. So we need 47%, right? To do this right. Okay, that's the exact number. Let's find out the exact number. Poker Tracker, Poker Cruncher. Here we go.
Funny, we actually had 48%. That would be cool.
Yeah. So let's do the exact thing. Reset all. Jack of spades, Jack of hearts. He's got 9 of clubs, deuce of clubs. I'm saying the exact hand, not against the range. Because this is the class of hand. This is the best. This is almost the best we could hope for in terms of hand class.
True.
Okay. And the board is here we go, board. 6 of clubs, 7 of clubs, 8 of spades. And the answer is he's got 54% equity. We've got 45. We need 47. This is a losing call.
Oh yeah. I knew it was something like 52. Yeah, 54. Yeah,
So
I knew we were dog.
Now watch this. So I said, so he had 50, it was 54.9. So he has 55%. We have 45. Now I'm going to give us the jack of clubs and it changes to 49, 49.85, 50.15.
Oh wow, that's quite big.
That's how
Just out
big.
of curiosity, Lewis, if you go to options, show known cards, is it going to show your equity
It'll show.
Yeah, I think
up
so.
top? Yeah,
Yep. There it is. 55.45.
the magic of the
Yep.
combo draw.
So the size of the size of your EV loss here is 3% is your sort of 3% low and it's 3% of 100. So you lost $3 on this, not 100. You didn't win 102. And you also didn't lose 102 when you lose. So this is a mistake. It's a small mistake and it's a $3 mistake.
It's very, yeah, I don't know if I could get to
That's how tight it is. Yep.
Yeah, I think we just have to run that one hand because this is kind of always just a mega draw. I don't think they do this with like pocket eights.
Probably not. They probably
I
just,
don't think anybody's gonna,
but again,
I mean, some people
against
will,
this-
but it's worth so much a set. Yeah.
right. But against this hand class of draw, it's
Mega
still a
draw.
mistake to call with Jack
Yeah.
Jack. It's not a big mistake. You're ahead and you're the dog. And you're the dog more than you're being offered.
But with the club, it goes to a flip, you say? 50-50?
With the club, it's a mistake to fold with the overlay. Yep, it's flip. It's a flip with you have one club. Because you
Okay.
kill his outs and you get backdoor outs.
So you were right, Scotty, right at the off.
Mm-hmm.
So good job.
There's a part of this game that I'm good at. Then there's the other part, the part where you play it. That's the part that I'm really good.
There, Scotty.
I am really good at talking about this game. All right.
I mean, you play live. I think it's harder to fold live. I think probably.
Oh my
looking
God.
at them.
The overpair,
Yeah.
you go, fuck you. And even when you see that he has to draw, you kind of feel good about it. When you see it, you go, yeah, I made the right choice. And then it's just
Yeah.
going, yeah, still not.
And you're like, fucking live poker's rigged.
Right. However, if he's got 30 big blinds there, it's not a mistake. Because the amount of pressure.
Big blinds there, it's not a mistake.
No, it's not a mistake, even though you're the dog. You should call with if he raised.
You're getting the odds.
Right. Because that's how math works.
If I have aces, no club, should I fold? Like it's kind of the same hand, or is it a bit?
You're not going to, but it's the same hand. And here's why. Here's why aces is better. When he's slow, so there's another hand class that he might do that with. Right? He might do that with pocket pairs played weird. With big pocket pairs played weird. And jacks lose to 2 of the big pocket pairs played weird and beat the other 2. Like, does he do that with pocket 8s? Just raw, I'm sorry, not pocket 8s, pocket 9s. Just 6, 7, 8, 9 with maybe the 9 of clubs, just like that. Maybe he does, right? And jacks are doing fine against that.
All right, next hand.
Who is this?
Mike. This is Mike.
Oh, all right. We've got a Red King 10. Well, I have taken up what is it called? The dumbest exploit in the world, or the easiest exploit
Dumbest
in the world?
exploit in poker.
Let's do it.
So I would be 3-betting here. I would make it 9 or 10, excuse me, 10.
Yay!
Yeah. I mean, I think this hand even.
I think even GTO, this is like a mix. So
yeah, exactly.
Let me get
like it's nothing special to 3-bet this or call or.
Yeah.
I mean, let me get.
Whereas if I had something like, what would be kind of the dumbest exploit if I had 6-5 off? Might be kind of dumb to 3-bet or something.
Deuce off.
Or pocket
Not seven,
threes.
seven deuce, we just fold. The exploit is take your entire continuing range and 3-bet it, but only your
mean-
continuing range.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, King in GTO, King 10 in my charts is,
Yep.
a third of the time.
Yeah.
But
And
you probably can do it every time against most people.
And my adjustment with the dumbest exploit in the world is I now 3-bet anything that has any red in it. I do it 100% of the time.
Yep.
But I don't do the full range yet. I haven't decided that I'm that enamored of the dumbest exploit in the world. But if it has any red, I do it all the time going dumbest exploit.
I mean, nice thing about free bet in big blind versus small blind is you're in position.
Yep. All kinds of things can happen.
So, it is,
And
it's
it
fine
says
to be.
punter in their name, so they probably punt.
Yeah.
There we go. Great. That was the result you wanted.
Oh,
When you
okay.
don't get folds, is you just don't want them to 4-bet. That's all you
Yeah.
want.
I mean, I just go small here. I just probably make it 5, maybe 7.
Maybe go 6.
Fantastic. Get the call. Um,
Pray for the 10 of spades on the river, right?
that would be nice. So if we make it basically half pot here, we're left with 60 in, and we've got just about pot size bet on the river. So I think I'm going slightly more than half pot just to give myself a little smaller bet on the river.
I
Like
agree.
20.
Before you make the bet, Mike, I have one question just to add to it. Something that you did in your head, but I want you to verbalize.
Yeah.
What hands are you targeting to get calls from with this that we're gonna go to the river? So what
I
hands are
mean, at this point, it's just his larger pairs that he might have. If he's going to keep calling me down with like pocket jacks or 10s or 9s, maybe if he has his flush draws and or straight draws, something like ace jack, ace 10, jack
lots of
10.
queen X, lots of queen X,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah. The 10s and 9s, the 10s and 9s, jacks and queen X kind of fall into that.
Yeah. And the queen X is probably the chunkiest part of that range. The
I
queen X-
mean, in theory, you shouldn't have
Want to
queen
see
X.
the 10 of spades on this river, actually.
All right. I go 19. So basically exactly what you said, just a bit over half.
Mhm.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I mean, if he has a speed, he has a speed. I think you just get it in now. I don't think I'm gonna try to be tricky here and try to get calls from the smaller pairs or something. If he has king jack or whatever.
It's queen. We're aiming at. Yay.
Yeah. And what
All
you can
the
see
money.
here, what you can see is this guy is just too wide because queen 9 is a pure fold.
Oh my god, I
Yeah.
should never fold.
This guy doesn't, I mean, this is like on the edge. He doesn't even fold the edge hand. So, he's, this is but this is like a bottom open, right? In the small blind, queen 9. So
And we saw
it's not even folded.
that reflected in his stats, right? I mean, what was he, 44-29?
Yeah. So this guy, we got
He's a punter.
got
I
the
have
stack. And
So one of the things we know that many of our opponents do not picture in their minds at all or think about is when you 3-bet, get 4-bet and fold, or even you raise and you get 3-bet and fold, the idea that there exists in your range a bottom of your range. Like what hand could you possibly 3-bet and then fold? It's like, well, whatever the worst thing I did, whatever my range is, the worst part of it. There's always something that's the worst hand that you have. And they don't picture that, a lot of them, because the shocked of looks on people's faces when you do a 3-bet and fold is common. All right. Next hand goes to back to the top. Brian.
I play with this guy a lot, Akali, and he's really tight. But look at his fold to 3-bet. He's playing 1916.
I would imagine if you would look at his win frequency, once you get enough hands on him, he's a winning player. Those are
You
winning
think
stats for
with one aggression? I don't think so.
Those are winning stats for a high rake environment. I imagine you're paying a lot of rake there.
I don't know what a rake is.
Well,
but
he's got issues with his 3-bet, but his
I
fold
mean,
to 3-bet is
no, I don't think this guy's winning. He's too
why
tight.
is
Well, the
that?
3-bet
Why
is
don't you think
insane.
he's winning?
I mean, actually, maybe I can see.
You can.
You can see.
Minus 18 big blind per 100. So
Oh well, I'm wrong. You're right.
Yeah, but he's winning. Oh no,
But
never mind. Here's his all in. So he's in that he's running a little bad because his all in adjusted equity is positive.
I mean, I can tell you what he gets it all in pre with. He gets it all in pre with aces and kicks.
He's
With these stats,
he's a winning player. He's a winning player at this rate who's actually losing money.
I mean, maybe, but I don't think
Okay.
so.
If we
I
understand the all-in adjusted
I think
equity.
I think it's kind of hard to win playing 2% free bet, but maybe you can.
Now that's a leak. That's a big.
That's like this is Brian's not here. This is Larry.
All right. Okay, so we've got our options are to squeeze or so squeeze or set mine. I think 9s are a squeeze here. 8s are really, I think, cuspy. I think I prefer a squeeze. I think I
So-
prefer a squeeze on the button.
Good enough. And what would Jonathan Little do here? And I don't mean what would the best player in the world do. I mean specifically Jonathan
What
Little.
are the? I'm not sure frankly, I'm not sure what the preflop charts say to do here.
Right. He's Jonathan Little is calling all his pocket pairs here, and he's also playing his suited connectors, and he's also playing his suited aces here against these guys.
Yeah,
Pocket
and
pairs
I
up
think
to
that's
what?
fine.
Pocket pairs up to
Those
what?
calls.
Like,
He's happy to go multi-way in position. And he's very comfortable with his post-flop edge. So that is definitely a way to
Broadway pocket pairs, I think is what he says. So like
pocket
everything up
pairs
to 9s and then 10s
Okay,
start 3-betting.
yeah.
Yeah, I think, yeah, I'm calling. You're probably right. Calling is the default.
Well, I'd squeeze.
The raise is fine.
I like your squeeze. I like a squeeze on a button.
I go a bit
I don't
smaller,
hate your-
just
A little too small. A little too small.
no, I go small because punter pink's like shallow. So
Yeah,
that's
the
kind of
others
why
don't. The
I'd
others-
usually go
Yeah, I would go about 11 to 12 there.
Yeah. You're less than pot. Okay.
So you're now in a very interesting spot against a short stack with an SPR of essentially 2 and change.
Also, is
Three,
this in
actually.
chronological order? Like, did you see the Queen 9?
I can't remember.
So I would bet here. I would bet third to a half.
No, this is
Maybe
before the
bigger,
Queen 9.
maybe half pot. Yeah, this is fine.
This is before.
This is before. Because I think the Queen 9 was roughly 100. He had punter pink had roughly 100 hands. So
Yeah, he probably bought in as a short stack, 1 chips, and then I stack him later. That's probably what
Yeah.
happened.
Because that would have, I would remember that if he had bought back in and then played some more, it would be a do not bluff this kind
Yeah,
of
yeah.
character.
The guy probably bought in for short stack and got more chips, and then I stacked him later.
So
Get him from you.
I went for the bigger size here just because my hand's like vulnerable.
Yeah, it's
Um,
fine. So when he calls here, what is this range? So I think he started with some seated connectors. You got some like backdoor overcards here, like 9-8, 10-9 with a backdoor. He's a fish. We'll see. We put 40. Okay. And we go to a turn. Check. Obviously we don't like this card. I think if we bet now, we're turning our hand into a bluff. I think our options are down bet or check and decide we do on river. I think I
Well-
prefer check.
Well, I played this hand a bit weird. I kind of thought when I bet big, he's not going to call ace high. So I thought maybe
His
He'd have-
fold to c bet is 0.
this is
Well,
I'm
it's 20 hands, man.
Well, I kind of considered because I bet big on the flop. I kind of thought he doesn't have like what aces would he have? Like ace six, ace five, ace four.
Well,
Do you
and
know
also, well, that's true. But one thing to think about as well is that would you use like a B60 on flop?
like B75, I think.
Yeah.
Kind of.
So when you're using this bigger size, I think you're right that he folds out a lot of random ace X. But the other side way to look at it is that his range is quite filtered. He's
Yes.
got
Yeah.
something calling. Like he doesn't have total area.
Yeah, so I did a bit of a weird thing. I just kind of treated the ace as a brick and then just jammed to
I don't
like
hate this at all. I don't hate this jam at all.
Oh, I like it.
You're 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 turning. It's a very bizarre thing. You're turning your hand into a bluff against the overpairs using the ace, and you're protecting yourself against the hands that would check back
That's merging,
that have your
but
eight.
merging isn't always
Merging,
bad.
but it functions. It merges, but it functions both ways.
Yeah,
yeah.
merging isn't always bad.
Right? And also, it's because the SPR is one. That's a really important thing. Is your SPR is one.
True. The SPR does allow for it.
Yeah, at a different SPR, this is
Like
not
I
good.
don't expect to get much value here, but I expect to protect my equity a lot from like a random queen, jack, king rolling off. He might have just had like king jack suited with backdoor and then decided,
Yeah.
to float the big bet. But like yeah, he could be
Yeah.
here with like I don't, but while the big aces, the big high card aces, he might have just shipped them in against my squeeze. Who knows? Like
Right.
if he flatted ace jack suited, ace queen suited, ace king.
But
On his broken stack,
the
yeah.
the other thing I think that allows you to make this is your big bet on the flop. If your flop bet was small, I think that this is a bad play. With your
Yeah,
big
yeah,
flop
I
bet,
agree.
with your big flop bet, I kind of like this. All right, let's see what happens.
I also have one question here.
Mhm.
So, I'm not saying we have to be balanced, but is there any real value hand we would play like this?
No, no.
Why not?
I don't think I'd bet big with like a random ace high on the flop. To be
You might play
honest,
this way with like
maybe ace six, and then I jam ace six for value.
yeah,
Pocket fives?
But
I don't know.
no, I think
no,
pocket fives
I
are
don't
worth too much.
squeeze. I don't squeeze pocket fives here.
Yeah, so pretty hard, right?
I have a question. You said earlier that you're protecting your equity against a random queen or king that floated with backdoors, but then we said he doesn't have a lot of ace highs that floated because we bet
Well,
big. That doesn't make any sense.
yeah, it doesn't make too much sense, but yeah, I
That's my only question, is because if we're saying he doesn't have the aces, then he doesn't have those queens that floated.
You're right. You're just
yeah,
right.
I was just thinking maybe he'll back jam the aces high cards.
You see how committed I am to this group. I am on the side of the road because my car is messed up, trying to fix it.
Earlier, my
Still
tire blew out
responding.
on the expressway.
Well, then, Brian, you can have the next hand.
We
Okay.
appreciate and respect your dedication, Brian.
Yeah, maybe I'm being a bit hypocritical here, but
And we
I
hope,
wouldn't mind
and we all
feeling-
hope
No,
that,
I'm just saying
that you run
consistent
pure and
line.
bomb pots
Like,
tonight.
Yeah,
so you
yeah.
can fix your car.
This is probably not consistent here, but to be honest, it's really fucking hard to put him on a hand here. Like I'm not I feel like if he has a six, he'd just fucking ship it in like on the flop when I bet
All right, let's
big.
get the reveal. Do you get the fold?
Yeah, he folded.
Yeah, I would have tried to navigate to showdown here with our marginal hand after I think we filtered him on flop. I think your play's fine. I think, frankly, Scotty prefers your play. But let me ask, can you go back to turn here before you bet real quick? I have a question for the group. So here we are. Is a down bet to navigate to river and check back river a play here? So we bet like 19, 20 on flop, right? What
Only
about
if he can sense it. Only if he can
I'm
sense
sorry.
it.
I'm sorry to hear you.
Oh, I was saying, is it a problem? Only if he can sense it. only if he looks at it, if he's a player who looks at it and says, you're doing this to get to the river cheaply. And if you want to get to the
Yeah.
river cheaply, I'm not going to let you get to the river
I mean, it's
cheaply.
kind of hard to
It's not
get
the best.
value from. It's kind of hard to get from value. Say if he's here with like a flush draw, like and you bet small, you might just stick it in, for like one pot,
Maybe it's not
you
the
know,
best play.
and
That's
then
why I'm asking the group.
like when we bet big, like I don't know what we can get value from now, like sig 7-6.
No,
Like
we were turning our eights into a bluff against everything but the ace portion of his range.
Yeah.
But that bluff functioned when we were wrong about how he played other hands. So Brian is right that the thought is not consistent when you say, I think he's folded his aces, but I'm going to get value against his king queens. And you go, yes, but there are different kinds of people out there. And against the person who didn't fold his aces and has some king queen out there, you get that. But you're turning your eights into a bluff when you do this.
Yeah, this is both.
Yeah.
I think I I think that there's some viability to using
I mean, it's not a
10 big
bluff. You
blinds
don't get
here
anything
and
better
then
to fold.
check back river.
No, Lewis, you can. When you say you're not getting anything better to fold, when he was hanging on with his nines that were afraid that, that said maybe your bet represented that your ISO represented kings, queens, jacks.
Oh, I mean, maybe,
He just
maybe
called.
nines. Yeah,
And
but
then they said, but at least I'm beating ace king. They said, at least I'm beating ace king. Then the ace comes and you jam and they go, well, I'm not beating ace king anymore.
yeah,
Because-
maybe nines, 10. I mean,
Tens.
but
Right.
that
And then
doesn't.
the kings, if you expected that he was four betting his kings, okay, he doesn't have them, but whatever pocket pairs he has that aren't sets that called you, the only ones that you beat are deuces, threes, and sevens. Eights, nines, tens, jacks. So there's more of them that beat you than you beat, plus the sets that's misery because they're not folding ever. But against those, so you're turning your eights into a bluff against all those hands because the ace came.
Yeah,
That's,
yeah,
and
but
against the rest of his range, when you get called, you're never ahead, right?
yeah, for sure.
I mean, what's the one hand that can call you that you're ahead of? Pocket sevens, 6-7. You can get called by 6-7 there and be ahead of it. I know that because I'm one of the ones who called. All right, up next is Brian.
Yeah,
Anybody else got a hand? If not, I've got infinite numbers. All right, Brian. Brian, wait for a second. Oh, you got something, Andy?
Some hands.
All right, let's see what Andy's got.
Okay, let me grab the screen. All right, so something I want to show really quick for Larry and Mike.
Mhm.
Um,
Okay, so this one's going to Mike.
well, no,
Oh,
not necessarily the
okay.
hand. I just wanted to show.
Right.
Nice, man.
So
Look how look how your VPIP and your PFR are converging. That's what you want. And look at your three bet. That's awesome.
yep. So all of those. My river call efficiency is a little bit high.
How
Oh,
many
hold on. I gotta switch to there we
I
go.
wouldn't worry. I wouldn't worry about that.
A little high, but it's okay.
how big is
But
this sample size?
It's tiny.
37 hands.
Yeah, you
But
need
then to kind of
a big
show that
sample
I've
size.
I got some run bad going on. Look at the difference in my actual BB per 100
Yep.
and my all-in adjusted, or the actual currency one.
Put the put that graph up. You can see
Put the
that.
yellow line up.
Yeah.
How do you get the yellow line up in tracker? I don't know how to do it.
Graphs.
There we go.
There it is.
Yeah,
We
there we
don't have
go.
the yellow. Do you have your
It's so the one we want is we want the yellow line there.
So I just added it.
yeah, you're running below EV.
Yep.
So you had a nasty hand recently. Right above EV before that.
So we'll go now. Hands.
Those above is right. Your red line is beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, it's the redlining. I'm getting called with some wild stuff.
You get them to fold their shit.
The red line's gonna die, be prepared. This always happens in the sample. You start really high red line and then you just start winning with
My
blue
red
line.
line always runs pretty good.
Yeah,
Even if I remove the filter for my total, my red line, if we
most of
look,
your money's I assure you in these soft online games, most of your money's gonna come from for like 90% of players, it's gonna come from the blue line.
the red line kind of went flat during this downswing. Look at that.
Yep.
That's actually probably where it should be. If you're like flat like that, as opposed, I mean, prior to that, that red line is just going straight up, which is a completely different kind of style. And then that flat red line is good. Like having a flat red line is really good as long as you're showing down still as well. Your blue line is go into here.
We will get to the hands.
Okay.
So, this was a fun one that wasn't like super comfortable.
All right, whose hand is this? This was so that was
This was
Larry's.
Mike, I think.
Could be Lewis. Unless Brian is. If Brian's available, it's
I'm
Brian.
here.
Okay, you got pocket sevens, Brian.
You ready to get in the mind of a fish?
On the small blind. Okay. What's the action?
Call, call, call.
I don't want to fold. I don't want to raise. So I
Zero
wanna-
fold to 3-bet. Zero fold to 3-bet. Zero fold to 3-bet.
I didn't want to 3-bet either way over that action. We can call and try to set mine here. I'm okay with that. We're out of position, but our hand should be easy to play from out of
We
position.
have a family pot online.
Yeah.
No
You do
home
not-
wrecker.
You do not hate being even out of position. You do not hate being massively multi-way with a pair.
Look at that sweet baby there.
Boo.
All
Okay.
right.
With that many players left to act, it's a wet dynamic flop. We are going to check.
Can
And
I
I
ask,
do
can I ask a
I
question? to the
do
group here?
check, but I did think so because this was the pre-flop razor. I figured I thought maybe if the pre-flop razor was back here, I think I would have donked.
Yeah, no, donking. If pre-flop razor was somehow on the button or the cutoff here, then a donk is really nice. But you have one player in between, so you have 2 natural checks and then 3 natural bets. So
Yeah, I like mixing in a donk here. I think a donk is viable here.
But I like
if the
I like the fact that there are more players behind the fact that there are more players behind the natural razor than there are in front of the natural razor. I like the check better.
That's good.
yes, that's kind of what the conclusion I came to in game. That was my thought exactly.
check.
Bet.
All right.
Yay!
Oh,
Nice
Yay!
bet. 750.
would you like to go here?
That guy that called, it's not next to act, but it's basically next to act. He's got three people left to act behind him. He has a strong range generally, and this guy's c-betting into the field here, which is generally going to be a strong range. So we should be fast playing. How big do I want to bet here? That all clean turns I'm jamming. So we go. That we are 91 effective. Pot is going to be, if I go to like 35 here, if I go to 35, that's an easy jam. 37's good too. We get one call, the money just goes in on the turn, no problem.
Yeah, I love 30. The money goes in right now. Great.
Money goes in
That
right
works
now.
too.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. We are up against that.
Sometimes it's a setup bet.
I
Yeah.
don't love the money going in right here,
Oh,
by the way.
fuck.
I'm not like excited about it.
No.
You know, I wouldn't be thrilled about this either. You can sometimes already be fucked and
Oh, you're fucked. But which way are you fucked? You're not fucked? Oh my god, you're not fucked. Oh my god. Oh my god. The
How?
not fucking of you. Holy
Nice.
shit.
Oh, it's beautiful.
I'm
Yeah.
in
You're
here. I'm
right on.
running
He
so
had a strong
bad.
hand.
I flop percent against top pair, top kicker, and top 2, and hold.
Yeah.
with no flush draw or straight draw in that mix. I mean, I guess he turned a straight draw.
Yeah.
I never
Nice.
fold a set.
I had to
Nice.
make fun of you, Andy. But yeah, that's fucking sick that you held there. I'm surprised.
Yeah.
Oh my, the way I've been running.
I didn't hate the queenness of it. I just hated the spadeness of it.
Yeah,
I was
no,
not
but I don't
afraid
care
of it.
about the queen.
I wasn't afraid of the straight draw because it
Go
was a
back to
gut.
the flop and see what the equities were.
It's Jack 9 or
Oh,
Jack Ace
you're
Jack. That's
destroying them equity wise.
No, I know. I just want to see how
2%.
it's less
nice.
than I thought.
Yeah. 62 against 2 people. Ugh. Yep. That's pretty great. All right. After
And
Brian.
that's because we still have 3 unknown hands still in.
Yeah.
I bet you that'll actually go up in a minute.
Or you mean once they fold?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
look how much
Yeah,
it
there we
jumped
go.
there.
There we
Yep.
go. There we go. Against their actual hands.
Yes. Now
Okay,
all of a sudden
that's more
that's
like what I was thinking.
massive.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was still giving them some equity.
They have, and one of the nice things about their equity, they block their own outs.
Yes.
That
And
king.
I
Let's talk
actually
about how fucking bad Ace King played here.
Yeah.
That's a terrible play. When you
His
fucking
name
get
is
called,
his name is I play bad 123.
You did.
I mean,
All right. Beautiful.
okay.
All right, next
Fitting
hand.
name.
this is only
so I actually I tanked on this call and I almost folded.
Boo.
And then I said I can never fold a set at 10 NL.
Good.
Yeah, also the
not in
sizing
this
you
scenario.
used.
Given that I use such a huge check raise size and he still raises and then he back jams,
Mhm.
I was like, fuck,
Yeah.
I could easily be up against
King,
Kings
king.
and
pocket tens or
tens.
pocket kings.
You easily could be.
I have a question. If you had King 10 here, I'm not feeling good.
No,
Like in this spot.
not with this action. Not when it goes lead into the field, you call, big check raise, and then big fucking raise over top of the check raise. King 10's an almost auto fold.
Yeah.
It's pretty hard to go there. I mean, you gotta be like, I don't know. I think if I had King 10 of clubs, I would probably consider like maybe, I don't know. I'd be loving it.
Well, we
All
folded,
right,
we folded
next.
top 2 on the turn in a different hand. So here we go. All right. Up next is Lewis.
All right. Oh, this one's kind of gross. I'll just
Good to know.
Limp. Right. I get a bit. I mean, a tight guy is fucking raising a limp. I mean, can free bet or call. I don't really mind. I mean, it's gonna go 4 ways if you call. I mean, I think I squeeze actually, and I mean, if he goes a win, just fold. So
goes limp, small ISO call
Yeah.
from a dude who these number. I mean, with 1K hands, he's got a VP up of 32, but he calls the most random shit hands. Like it's mind blowing.
Right.
all right, Papa Deuce likes playing shit hands. Who would have thought? I'd go like 17 then. I mean, cool's fine though. Yeah.
12.
Yay, we don't have to lecture Andy.
17. I like that. 16 is great too.
If this was a fold, no limp, and he opens, I probably just flat with ace queen off here. But given this action, I prefer 3-bet, obviously.
I think the 3 bets. I think the 3 bets much better because your first player is pretty capped, and your last player is pretty capped.
Oh my God, this is the perfect scenario. You get to play in position against the fish
Random
in a
play.
big pot. All right, yeah, I'm fucking yeah, just C bet small with range. Unless he's gonna donk out. Is he gonna donk out? No. All right, yeah, cool. Yep. 4. I mean, I don't really care about. I might just jam if this guy's like you said he just plays anything.
I go
Like
to
just
26.
I mean, just
and he jams.
Yeah, snap.
Snap and lose sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Louis, you
Unlucky.
said you would jam, but why?
Because this guy's wide, he's just never going to fold an ace. That's probably.
Look at
He's pro
so he cold called a 3-bet out of position, then called the preceding 4-bet with ace jack offsuit, and then called down with second on a king jack X board,
Yep.
and the jack stayed the second in
Yeah.
like a 250 big blind pot, if I remember correctly.
Oh,
Yeah, he's a
okay,
station. You can just jam and get the maximum
Right.
from an
Now,
ace.
Now on that
yeah,
turn,
but he will never fold on the river if he has an ace, right? If you
Yeah,
bet,
probably not.
Yeah.
But
so
I
my
don't know.
reason there
I
are
like
no draws, right? That is.
I like just to get the money in if I think they're not folding, even if they might call on the river, just in case a card comes they might not like. But I mean, this is pretty dry.
Yeah.
This
He's
is
got
a
nine.
Badoo.
He's got 9, 10, 8, 9, and a king or a queen peels. He might get a little nervous, and then like, okay, now he's got third pair, and it's gone
Yeah,
bat,
you can
bat,
even
bat.
you can even stack a 9 against a fish. Like, you don't want like a jack to come and then he doesn't pay with a 9 anymore.
Okay,
there's,
that makes
there's
sense.
also one
Yeah.
other thing, Bub, which is when you smear it out over 2 streets, you give them 2 chances to make the decision to fold. So that's one of the reasons to do it. Even though the bet is bigger, sometimes they're fuck it, I don't believe you.
Mm-hmm.
They only fuck it, I don't believe you one time, and it's sensitive to number of bets, not to size of bets from some of our opponents.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's look at this flop. Let's look at this turn. When he check raises you on the turn, which are massively underbluffed. I mean, our intent now is to get it in. We're trying to get it in. So we're sizing everything to get it in. When he then makes it easy for us to get it in, we no longer want to get it in. So let's consider this whether we're folding here ever. Let's see, what's our pot odds now? Because we expect to be losing this the majority of the time now. We don't know how, but we expect it. We don't know if it was ace 9. Why he has a 4 here is weird. But we don't have to win more than half the time.
I know he would do this with any ace. I mean, if he had ace deuce here, he would take this line.
Oh, great,
Yeah,
great.
yeah,
If
that's
he's
why
doing
I
this,
snapped.
doing this with other aces, then we are ecstatic. Because if he's doing this with
Call. He would do this with like 9, 10.
Oh, Jesus. Then we're not even talking. If he would do that, then we're not even talking. Yep. You're winning this way more than 25%. If he's doing this with any ace, you're winning this more than half the time.
Yeah. I'm doing this. I mean, he would do this with pocket 10s with
You're beating more than half his aces right now.
he will bluff a board pairing card very, very frequently.
Right. All right.
And like I've seen it enough in our 1K hands to
Good enough. Great call. Great line. Bad result.
All right, I have to go. I have to go now because I want
Bye,
to
Lewis.
catch the Friday night punters. So,
Okay.
yep, see ya.
All right.
who's him? Larry, you want to take it?
Sure, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Oh, we don't have Bub? We lost Bub?
No, I'm here.
I'm still here.
But
If Bub's up, Bub, take it.
Bub's up. Bub's up.
Okay, sorry.
All right, folded to you, Bub.
Yep. We can raise, I guess.
Now we have an
5.
85 V pit.
Half stacker. Yeah. Is he? Can we see if is he sticky on the flop?
Folds to 67%. He's folded to 4 out of 6 C bets he's seen. So super wide pre, and then just I mean, I only have 41 hands on the guy, so we don't really know that much.
Yeah. So I would guess he will call any pair here, and he's not super elastic to sizing. So maybe we can go for like 4 big blinds here. Otherwise, I would just go for small sizing.
Well, no, he's tight on the flop. But
Okay,
I go for a
then
check.
I don't hate that.
This is why.
He's probing turn.
He's
Is that
probing. I mean, 3 out of 4 turns he's probed. 3 out of 4 times when he's gotten to the turn with an opportunity, he's probed.
okay?
No, 4 out of 5.
And he did it here. So after probing, I mean, our hand is still just, it's very good. It's not necessarily good enough to raise, right? So I would just call.
I did just call, but in theory, I mean, in theory land, we should be raising a lot of probes. We have a ton of raises against turn probes, especially like a half pot sizing.
But why do I not want to do it with this hand, though?
Why do you think we have a lot of raises when we check and then they probe?
Or maybe it's just an exploit. A couple actually, couple guys actually. Well, Jared Alderman, I've been listening to a lot lately, and then Charlie Carroll and talks about it a lot that we can raise probes a lot, and we get now. I mean, this combo, I didn't think I thought I was good enough to just call and let him keep blasting on the river.
Yeah, this combo doesn't benefit from a
Agree.
turn raise.
Okay,
We
now
do have a lot
one.
of. Oh, go ahead, Bub.
Yeah, so when they say this, is this against decent players? Because so after we checked the flop and against many weaker players, that would mean they are super capped. And now you can start donking with a lot of cards. And now obviously players like Charlie Carroll know that better players would do that, and now they start raising as a bluff.
No, we use it as an exploit even against so they I mean they talk about players, especially players with like higher donk frequencies, when they don't donk the flop and we check it back and then they have a high probe frequency as well. A lot of times it's just their probes are just bullshit.
Yes.
And I mean after we can take a look, we can take a look. I can pull up peak really quick and we can see what it says, but
Okay,
so anyways,
I still like the call because I feel like we can get more money on the river. Because now if he's bluffing, he should continue, right?
yes,
Also on
and I
this
think
card, we are not super happy. He could have actually a flush.
and he bets
Yeah.
7 big blinds.
I would just call, yeah. The thing is, he might be bluffing enough. I don't know. But he could also have a flush here. So
Why did I bring this? Why did I
Well, this is
tag
an
this
interesting.
piece?
This is an
maybe
interesting river
because you
shot.
thought raising the turn is better, but here's a good reason why you shouldn't do it.
And also, we just keep in mind pot odds. Right? I mean, we don't have to win that much.
Right. Oh, I think because I was thinking like he took a while to bet. And like in that time on the river, I was thinking, like, do I go thin for value here? Given that I blocked a straight, I have top pair. Like, how thin? That's why I tagged this hand.
Whoa, you didn't think about raising here, right? For value.
No. I'm because I was like, this is actually a good hypothetical. He checks the river. How thin can we go?
Okay. I mean, you can go like pot size, probably. Maybe a little bit less. But
We think this combo is too thin if he checks.
no, I think people are so capped when they check the river in the spot, they never have a flush. And that is how I would think about the spot. And you have the top pair.
And remember, you're allowed to bet and fold. That's part of the game. As long as you're good enough to bet and fold, you're allowed to bet here.
Right.
And the river was only like what? if he would have checked, it would have been 11, right? It wasn't even a big pot. So yeah.
Yeah, 11.
Yeah. Now now was there a bet on the flop?
No, flop check through.
Okay, flop check through.
That's what we
So-
were talking about.
Right, good.
When do we raise the probes?
Right. So the flop check. So here's another reason. So the flop checked through, and he probed the turn, or you bet the turn.
Probe the
probed.
turn.
He probed the turn, and you called. So he has a lot of. So he can easily have 10x there that he's playing that way, and a 10x might call. So you not only have, license to bet because of the line, you also have a range to target that's decent. That would check back on this 5 and still might call a bet.
Yeah. So we're not really going to get any info here because, I mean, this is as range betty as range betty gets.
Yep. You have
Being hard disconnected.
a meaningful checking range.
Yeah. So we'll get into Sliverland and see what happens.
This response will be nonsensical. All right.
Yes. I mean, he's still almost pure checking, but again, we're in
Right.
complete nonsense
So he probes,
for about half pot.
right, and then blow it up so you can see it, and you don't have. And let's see, what are your raises? All the hands you don't have, you raise.
Oh yeah, yeah. King 7 is so yeah.
Yep.
All right, just a fun one to look at. So I butchered that hand either way. That should have been a king, which I know in poker coaching land, Jonathan Little, which I know he diverges from GTO sometimes, but like this isn't a terrible hand to check back to protect that checking range.
Yep. It's absolutely not. It in Solverland, as we've seen, this is a range bet. But if this wasn't a range bet, the lower kings would be fine ones to check back. Absolutely. All right. Next one goes to Mike.
Oh, here's another head scratcher.
I would just call here.
I do.
And we check. Okay. I like that he checks this flop. He should be betting it on a pretty decent clip. I am going to check again. I'm not going to probe.
I do probe.
Yeah, if I did, wonder what size we should use. I think this is appropriate.
Yeah. This is about the smallest probe I would use. In this spot, I don't even mind like an overbet probe or a full pot probe.
Hmm. I wonder if we do bet. I think we have to go pretty big. Because what are we looking at here? We're looking at, yeah, that's really nice. Because 9x, pocket eights, pocket seven, sixes, whatever. I
And
guess.
here's to give you a little, I guess when we get back to the turn before maybe you want to change your mind on. If you see the notes on them.
Yeah. So he basically, it sounds like he's just going to have a lot of showdown is what he wants here. And when that happens, you really want to put pressure on that. He can have Queen X here, and I mean we are basically repping straights. We're repping 10x minimum, I think here. I like this.
All right,
I think you're making you're making an overpair like kings and ace queen or something like this. Kind of indifferent with this bet.
he snap calls, by the way.
Surprising.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think I like the way you played it. if I were him in his shoes here, I would not have called the river. P- do I call the turn? Probably not. I'd probably even fold there with sevens.
I think it's going to show us sevens
Sevens
are
are
quite
close.
different.
Right.
Yeah, I think sevens are exactly indifferent. Exactly.
So in this solver, he checks range. We bet. I mean, we check range, and ace jack suited is in there. We have ace jack suited.
Yeah.
So check. He bets range. He bets his sevens.
Yeah.
We
I
we don't
expected this.
yeah, we don't absolutely break the solve because he has a fraction of all hands so that they will be analyzed. So it goes check, check. The turn is here. And now when we bet out, our probe size is over pot.
You got to
So this,
start
Yeah.
representing two pair plus.
Good.
this is good to learn.
Which
Our
is
probe
kind of,
size-
I mean, and we look at even our smallest size that it almost never uses. I mean, it really doesn't have a small size, which I wrestled with, and I've been using the overbet probes a lot more frequently.
And I
It
was
just,
thinking
I
ace
think,
jack is strong enough to check behind. And I guess, yeah, I guess you'll kind of
and
see
it
that
does.
it
It
doesn't
does.
mind
Does-
checking back ace jack.
so I mean, I blundered either
Yeah.
way because it is almost a pure check.
Yeah. Yeah, it really wants the spades to do it, and then we can ignore why it does it with the non-representative suit. That we're gonna leave.
I mean, I wish, hopefully one day maybe Peak will get node locking because I would love to see node lock that this player never slow plays.
Right.
So
Now.
this player is never checking back over pairs and they're never
Yep.
checking back a 10 on the flop.
If
Ever.
someone is never protecting their checking range, then we attack.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
Yeah,
the
seeing that
adjustment
this,
when you put that into a node lock is that if they don't have a protected checking range, then we become hyper aggressive out of position.
Okay, so
like,
we have
you're-
ace jack of diamonds, and so we have the small bet. It exists, so we can go forward. Your size was the
let's see, the
what,
3.5, the 60.
it was the closest to 70% pot, right?
It was literally, this is 3.5, I went 3.6. So
Right. Let's make sure that exists there. Ace jack suited. Yep, you have it, so we can play it. Let's do it. Okay, so that's this one. You bet. When he gets here with pocket sevens, he doesn't fold. He calls. We get the river as the queen of diamonds.
Yep.
Queen of diamonds. And now, do we continue with our ace jack? Yes, we do. And what size do we go? We are here. We exist.
loves my 135. That's actually,
Yeah, it loves 60. It loves betting 16 big blinds.
yeah, which our pot was slightly bigger. So like this preset in my my keys, I preset
Yeah.
to 135%. So this is almost exact.
Right. And so you took it. Great. And you took the big size. We love that. And his sevens in Solverland fold.
Your fold,
Oh,
almost.
yeah, great.
So I'm pretty equity. I just didn't print.
Yeah, and even the ace queen is indifferent there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So everybody's gone. I want to talk about something for the end here, which is the idea of this is more true live, but it's going to be true in all the rooms you play. And it's basically know the rules and how that matters. So here are the places where it mattered. Rule. So I have ace king. I've opened it. I get called into places. I flop the ace and I turn the ace. So I'm massively good here. But he calls me on the river when the king I get the king on the river and he called me, so I have to turn my hand over. I didn't know at the time that I got a $300 bonus for ace king and I wouldn't have turned my hand over. So this is more true in live poker. Go in there, find out what are the bonuses, what are the rules, are straight flushes, royal flushes, find out that stuff.
Absolutely.
So there's
Oh
one.
yeah, that's a good one to know.
Yep. Next
Some
rule.
some of the rooms I play have high hand bonuses.
Yep. High hand bonuses. Okay, good. next,
Detroit 7 days a week, almost all 24/7 has high hand bonuses of some sort.
here we go. Here we go. We got it. The action doesn't matter. We have ace king and the flop was ace ace five. It goes check, check, check. For whatever reason, why I don't bet the ace king. Maybe I'm out of position. Maybe I was a call. I don't know what the reason is. The turn is the jack, and I bet small and got two folds. And there's $100 bonus for ace 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 for quad aces. There's a $300 bonus for aces full of kings, and I didn't see the last card. And this is not. I'm not talking about, oh, let's play all the bad beat jackpot hands. Let's make sure we don't fold 5-6. I don't mean that. The odds of this happening, of getting the other ace or the king, are high. I mean,
Yeah.
it's one out, two plus. There's two more. I have one king, so there's three more kings. So I have 4 outs to $300. The flop, clearly the pot is not that big.
Yeah. Also, you don't lose your whole stake just because a queen comes on the
Right.
river, right?
Right. And I have the board locked up. And if they have anything here, remember, the flop is ace, ace five. They don't have anything. If they had an ace, they're going to bet. The money's going to go in on the river if they're slow playing against me. So I'm trying to get a pair to call me. When is the easiest time to get a pair to call you? On the river, not on the turn, when there are 2 bets to come. Make sense?
Yeah.
This small bet
Yeah,
seems
especially on the turn, a lot
Yeah.
of hands would decide to fold. That's true.
Yeah.
Like
Now,
sevens.
the turn was a jack, and so now it's ace, ace, jack. So there is a straight draw out there. There are straight draws that have come in. I mean, let's try to get a little value from the straight draw. And in normal poker, that's enough of a reason to bet here. But when you combine his 4 outs to win the pot for me, which is a small pot, and my 4 outs to win bigger than what's in the pot, win the pot size or double pot here, whatever the action is. I should have thought about this more, and I didn't. Maybe I still should have bet, but know the rules. All right. Next one.
Probably just bet flop, maybe small.
Yeah, but we don't know why I didn't bet. We don't know what happened on the. I don't have any of the notes about the hand except I got there. For all I know, I did bet the flop, but I didn't. I was check, check, check. So here's a really bad one of mine. So on the river, I bluff 125 with king queen high. That's all it is. And he raises me, does a click raise. And I, of course, fold with king queen high. But when he click raised, he put in 210 by accident. I bet 125 and he put in 210. So when this happens, is the rule that his bet gets pushed up to the min size, which is 250, or is the rule that that's a call? He went more than half of what he had to do. What's the rule?
Depends on your room.
Right. Depends on the room. Turns out my room it's a call.
So if he put in 209, it's a call. Or 224 if he put in 249.
249. That's the rule in my room.
Oh, but the dealer's not helping here, like
I
telling
folded.
to the player, yeah, you folded, but wouldn't the dealer say like, okay, that's a call?
I folded because he raised and I was beat. The min raise. How
Yeah,
often? Oh, sorry. Go on, Bub.
Yeah, I understand, but didn't you say his raise size is basically a call?
This is what I said. I said, it's not a full raise, but I fold. Assuming that the rule was it's not a full raise, but once you make it a full raise, it's like, yeah, he put in the wrong number of chips, but he intended to raise, and against his intended raise, I'm folding because I'm beat. And if we call over the floor to say, is that a call or a raise? When he says it's a raise, I'm going to fold. So like, what's the point of, holding the game up? I've lost and I folded. But if I knew the rule, down, cold, I would go, that's a call. So I have to show my hand. I'm bluffing. I wouldn't have slowed down the game. I would have said, that's a call, not a raise, right? They'd say, yes. I go, okay, you win. And I turn over my hand and say, that's a call, you win.
Yeah, okay. So I only thought it's interesting that it's not the dealer at the table who would say something like this.
Well, I
This is
should've
a
shut the
call.
fuck-
Sorry, you made a misplay. This is a call, and
Yes.
show hands, please.
Yes, that would have been better if I hadn't acted so fast because I'm Scotty the talker and the table captain and I know all the rules. And so let me help the dealer here because I know better than the dealer. Let's not do that. Let's shut the fuck up and let the dealer say, that's a call, sir, and then turn over my hand and lose. Because the 1% of the time that he was doing a post oak bluff on the river and not turning a pair of deuces into a bluff, but literally turning a king jack into a bluff, I would have won for free. So know the rules. Here is and I think those are all the rules things that I have here. Yep, those are all the rules. And then the other thing is the angles. So and the angles are also related to knowing the rules. That's why I wanted to give this little speech. So let's find angle. All right, here we go. Angle. In a chopped pot. So the river, by the river, the board is 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I check, he bets, I call, he can have a 6, like that. So I don't raise. I'm not trying to get him off the chop. Simple thing. He has ace 4. Doesn't matter what the action is up till here. I turn over my cards to show my ace. I say the word call. So I say call and I turn over my cards. And the 10 bounces and comes out face down because I don't do the very careful throw. It's like we're wasting time. It's like, so I do the sort of casual turnover and they flop out. So my ace shows. So I show that I've chopped, but the 10 goes face down. And another player turns it over for me for the formalism. And the guy says his hand is dead because someone touched his cards.
Oh my God.
And calls over the floor.
He actually called the floor?
He's claimed it. He claimed it to the dealer, says it's a dead hand. There's a little discussion, and then the dealer calls over the floor because the dealer's not allowed to make such decisions. And I got awarded half the pot correctly. And it would have
What
been
an
very
asshole.
I get punished for someone else's action of touching my card. Yeah. I thought it was a real asshole move. But that happened. But I still made it, but I'm the one who made it happen by doing the amateur flipping your cards as opposed to just doing the professional turn your cards over.
Yeah.
There's no emotion in this game. There's no reason to let the cards bounce and go off the table, at which point they're well dead. There's no reason to do anything cute. Do what you do all the time. Take your cards like a machine, turn them over. Don't make the mistake. It's probably never going to matter, but it costs you nothing to do it right.
Was this in California or Las Vegas?
California.
I mean, I can see, especially if you're like in the one seat with a right-handed dealer where like your 10 flies into the muck accidentally.
Yeah.
Then maybe he could have an argument. But even then, like that's about the only way. Like,
And I would never enforce this. If this rule was against someone else, I would never enforce the rule. You intended to call, you intended to turn your cards over.
If your
Right, it was an
hand was
accident,
dead
like-
after that, I would bring a nail gun next session and just fucking nail my cards on the table.
Yeah.
Actually,
Here's the next angle. A guy is first to act. He doesn't act, he probably without on purpose, he doesn't act, and the two guys next to him fold, not seeing his cards. Right? So it's up to the last guy. So the initial raiser is in position. The small blind, he has 8-9 of diamonds. The flop it's ace jack of off versus 8-9 of diamonds. Do we have the board? The board is jack 6-6. And after the two players fold, he says that, that's when he comes in and says, I didn't act. And I think the last guy, I think, no, wait, did it go check, check, check? It must have gone check, check, check. He then jumped in and he made his bet after it went. So yeah, so the initial guy with ace jack, so everybody checked, and then he said, I didn't check. And then he bets out clearly as a bluff, only because everyone checked.
How quickly did it go check, check, check? Was it like
first
just
check,
everybody snap checked behind him to where it was like before he had a chance to react and be like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
he never said whoa.
Okay.
He never said whoa, and we're going to assume because let's see. That because jam call started about 300 deep. What is this thing? The initial raiser in position checks his ace jack against this. Small blind with ace diamonds because I think he may have jammed it. I think he may have jammed it for 300 as his bluff into it.
Oh.
That may have been it, and then the guy called him. I think that's what this note said. It doesn't matter. The important thing was just this. So that was one of the angles. Those were the two angles I saw, and that's what I just wanted to talk about. Angles and rules. All right. Cool. Monday. Let's see. Let me stop sharing.
One hand that just get an opinion if we think this is just
we got
way
time.
too nitty.
Sure.
Yeah, put it up. Put it up.
Before
it's
I
my
forget
turn.
to ask Scotty, are you here on Monday?
I'm gonna look right now. I think I'm here Monday. Oh, I'm totally here Monday.
Okay.
So here Monday.
What you got for us, man?
Show me
All
the hand.
right.
This one's gonna be me. All right. 9 deuce. All right. I think we jam this on a board of 6, 7, 8
Yeah.
with two
Versus
clubs.
pocket jacks.
Against pocket jacks. Yeah. Okay. We are forced to see the flop. Let's see the flop. We have already exploited them by seeing the flop. Here we go. Again, so first of all, I would strongly consider betting out here. I'm not saying I'm going to do it because this is not a donk. There's been no aggression. This is just a lead into nothing.
I did strongly consider
Right.
betting.
So the reasons to do it, I can continue on no matter what the response is, if I want. So if I get raised, I can continue. So that's good. There are only 2 cards for them to hit. That's good. I have lots of equity. That's good. And do I want to check raise this hand? I do not want to check raise this hand against a bet with the other bluffs. So with that in mind, I would like to bet. And you checked, and I'm okay with that.
And then it checks through.
Right. But unfortunately,
And bink.
Okay. I would like to bet the flush here and just take it down. And I'm going to bet small and expect to take it down. I'm going to bet, but small is, you're betting over pot. Small is not it's not 1/3 of the pot because the pot is so small. So small is like 2, 2.5, even 3. I'm betting 2, 2.5 here. I would like
the absolute sizing, and then it's a 3.5 big blind pot.
Yeah.
I figured there's no way, like no big club, like ace or queen of clubs isn't folding anything.
You're right. They're calling that 4 size, and a king and a weirdly played king is calling, and a weirdly played 7 is weirdly played.
Yep.
And there are other flushes. There exist other flushes that can beat me that didn't bet. So you bet 4.7. Now that the raise happens, oh God, I'm folding.
So it wasn't too nitty. I folded pretty quickly.
No, I'm instantly folding.
You want the reviews?
I can be beaten.
Now we are beaten. If we are not beaten, what?
Yeah, that's really weird.
Yeah.
That's really weird.
Obviously that queen peeled, and I'm like, even if I was behind or ahead, I'm not anymore. And then I saw the reveal, and I was like, what the fuck?
I would argue 70 to 80% of the time this is a profitable fold.
Yes.
You've just got a little bit of this is the minority situation.
Yeah. There's some craziness going on here. Also, by the way, I don't know. Let's look at what happened on the river. I don't guarantee this would happen if you were in the pot, but let's just play it out in our minds. Let's call here. And then this guy, Hemmeker chooses not to raise a 7. So when you call, he still doesn't raise a 7. Then the queen comes. Now, what does Hemmeker do with his 7 here? He turns it into a bluff, right?
Yeah, he's turning into a
Maybe.
bluff.
Right. So let's just assume, and it's not the case, but let's assume that he turns it into a bluff against 2 players. You're folding, right? Oh no, Hemmeker doesn't turn it into bluff. Dynamo does. Dynamo turns his king into a bluff. Let's assume Dynamo turns his king into a bluff against 2 players. I don't say he does, but if he does, you're folding. So you have many ways to lose this hand.
Yeah, I mean, this is the correct fold the great
Yeah,
majority of the time.
Right. Now, they played really bad. We know that.
True.
Let's go into their heads for a second. Before we go, just for a second.
He's banging cymbals.
I would argue Dynamo actually, if he was intending to bluff, that was actually sick.
Yeah. So let's take a look at this. Let's be Hemmeker first. Pre-flop, he limps. Okay. So he is a genuinely bad player, and what he likes is he wants to see lots of flops cheap. That's what he wants to do. He's in the mood to see flops. When you raise here, I assume he folds often. So he
No, that's not necessarily a super safe assumption.
limp and call raise 4 out of 5 times. Okay. But we know this. I played it. This was the guy I played against the other night. So whether he calls it or not doesn't matter, but he wants to see a lot of flops. So that's what he's thinking. So he binks. This is great. He is slow playing here, and he wants to check raise. Check. Let's check raise. Come on, I'm going to check raise. When he check raises here, his thought is all the kings bet. This if he we don't think this, but he does think something. I got a really good hand, and I'm going to trap him. Maybe he doesn't think all the kings will bet and the flush draws will bet like this, but he's trapping. Okay. So now the flush comes in, and you bet out. And he goes, good, I was trapping. So he raises you. What's his size?
Man,
Tiny.
he clicks me.
Let's kip everybody in because I've got the best hand because flushes don't exist. This is what he's thinking. I have the best hand here.
And then another click.
Another click. And now he goes, I think I have the best hand, but sometimes there's a such thing as a flush. Okay, good. On the river, now I'm really afraid of a flush. I check. He bets 40. But I'm not folding trips. Call. That's his thought process, in my opinion.
What would have happened if he clicked back on the on the turn?
Me?
Yeah.
If it would have gone so
I'm going into insane lines here, but
so here's if it goes click, call, if he clicks me,
he clicks
and then
you
Dynamo
click
calls.
Again. No, he clicks and you click again. Now go to 18.
Let's do the other one. Bob, Andy, let's assume Dynamo calls. What are you doing?
Dynamo calls, I'm probably putting in a 3-bet.
Okay.
And stacking her Kimmer.
Right. And a healthy size, right? A healthy size.
Yeah, oh yeah. It'll be like if I'm putting in a 3-bet, it'll probably be 35 big blinds ish, maybe 40.
Okay. And then on the river, when the last club comes, you're check folding.
I don't even.
You're check folding.
Yeah, probably. If he bets, yeah, I'm gonna fold.
Yeah. Okay, good to know. All right, we don't know that he's going to bet because he didn't do it against this guy. So that's his thought. Now let's play as someone else. Larry, is Larry here? Yeah, Larry.
Yeah.
Would you be the king 10, please? Okay, and then I'm gonna.
It's very hard to understand what he's thinking here. So here he clicks it. So he's turning his hand into a bluff already, saying I have the nut flush. And so people call. So we fold. A 7x is being offered, I think, the right price to vote up.
Oh yeah.
So he calls. And he follows through with his bluff and says, I've got the ace of clubs. I don't think you do. And now I would fold. I would not call this bet. His bluff would have worked on me.
Yeah, absolutely. You need to fold a 7 here. But what is yeah, he has a flush. He's representing a flush. He has a flush. Of course he has a flush. And now he definitely has a flush. What is Dynamo thinking though?
When he makes his river size bet?
What's Dynamo thinking on flop, turn, and river? Just play his
Pre-flop, what's he thinking?
Okay. All right. So he
the best
limps,
model you
he
have in hand.
overlimps here with what? King 10 off?
Yeah.
So
Whatever.
why does he do that?
I think I would, he wants to see a flop.
You want to see flop? He has 2 big cards.
He needs 2 big cards.
Right. Okay. What's he
He's
thinking
got
now?
top pair here on a paired board. Checks to him. What does he do?
He checks. What is he thinking when he checks?
I think he checks because he doesn't have a great kicker and it's a scary board.
Yep. Somebody could have a 7.
Yep.
Okay. So he's being now, does he think he's being super clever, like he has the best hand, he's waiting for someone to catch up? Or does he think
He's trapping, honestly.
Maybe he's trapping. Maybe
He thinks he's trapping.
I mean, some people are oblivious to textures.
Right.
I would not be oblivious to the texture here. I
Right.
might be too sensitive to the texture, frankly.
Right. Okay.
So
he checks here. And so sometimes he's trapping and sometimes he's scared. Right? That's why he
Yeah.
checks. There's 2 things.
Yeah.
Okay, go. Turn comes. Bet raise.
you overbet. This guy clicks you with 7s.
Right.
Now he cannot. I don't know this. So this player is his VPIP 79?
Yeah. With 91 hands. So not he's a 79 2. So
He's a
not a
79
tiny
how many
sample
hands?
size.
He's a 79 2 out of
91.
91 hands. That's enough. If you're 79 out of 91 hands, that's a strong read.
So we're getting into I got pair. I mean, I can only think that he's turning his hand to a bluff here.
Okay.
That's the only thing I can think.
Right.
That's
And it's
probably
a really horrible place to turn your hand into a bluff because you overbet. This guy clicked you. Essentially, when he clicks you, he's saying he's already got a boat.
Right.
On,
Or a flush.
on this texture. And so he's just like, he's got a suicide bluff right now.
Okay.
He does this small. Okay.
For
and then-
for Herkimer, whatever his name is. I mean, I could argue for him that he is saying, I click here, and now if my opponent has a king, he might call because he could believe I have a flush draw or something.
There is one argument for this click. And the argument is that he's trying to freeze the action in position so he can navigate to showdown after check river.
Right. But
he's trying to get a cheap showdown because
not what he
he
tries to
sees me overbet, and if he just calls, he knows I'm probably gonna bet big on the river. By clicking me, I'll check to him.
Right. I don't think he's thinking that. That's poker logic. It makes sense. And it's what I'm doing is I want to get somewhere between monkey with symbols. He's not thinking anything, and what he's actually.
I think he's turning his hand to. I think he started turning his hand to a bluff, but I think there might be some. I think that might be his exploit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a old school exploit.
I don't think he's really thinking I'm turning my hand into a bluff. I don't know.
Not
Maybe
yet.
he is.
So
I think he's thinking me have top pair, mean probably good.
Well, he might be that bad.
And mean probably. So if he thinks that, mean probably good, mean not want to see another club, because then I'm beat there. Then you fold, which is great. Yeah. He's a losing
Okay,
player.
yeah. Well, let's get back to the hand.
Right, get back to the hand. We know he's a losing player. So when you fold,
And this you can turn it into a bluff. It worked on the hand he was dead against, almost dead against.
Right. So then you get he gets the call here. And now when you check, Does he know right now that he is bluffing? He bets 40 into 36.
How
He
could he
knows-
not?
He knows he's bluffing here.
How can he
It's
not?
pretty hard, except he's blind.
That's
or
what I
something.
think. I do. think that. Okay, that's it. It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard. So if he knows he's bluffing here, then his check. When he raised on the turn, so I think this is what I think. I think that he was being clever on the flop and trapping. That, as opposed to being scared. Because if he was scared, the thing that he was scared of just happened. Someone having a 7 and somebody having a flush draw, and the flush came in. So when he 3-bet the king there on the turn, he thought the king was good. And was afraid of another club coming in there. So his raise here so he's not bluffing the turn. He's betting for value, although he doesn't have those words. He didn't check back the king on the flop because he was scared. He bet he was being clever. And I get that because of the raise on the turn. That's my guess. But on the
There
river,
is an argument to be made that this is a case of a total lack of understanding of fortune reversal. And he
Yes.
just doesn't want it to be true.
Yeah.
That his hand is worth a lot less than it was before.
Yeah.
And so there might, I think another word for it would be pot entitlement tilt.
Yes.
This could be pot entitlement tilt.
This is pot entitlement tilt there. But on the river, I don't think it is. On the river,
He's value betting?
no, I think he's bluffing the river. I think he is bluffing the river. It's the
Yeah, I
turn.
think he's bluffing.
He has pot entitlement tilt on the turn, but when this guy checks to him, he can't think that his 40 is going to get called by a worse
He
king.
might, but you
Or
know
no
what?
worse king.
Even if he was tilted, let's say he's like, fuck that. 4 to the flush came here again. I fucking blast this guy off. Hopefully.
I
For
think
some
so.
reason.
I
You
think
know,
so, because he
tilt
can't be called
goes
by a
some
worse king.
ways.
And maybe he doesn't even know that.
I mean, in a
Maybe-
way, thinking because Herkimer didn't 4-bet the turn, that a
Right.
flush would 4-bet.
Right. So on the river, now maybe we assume he can't hand read. It's possible he can't board read, since Brian can't board read either. Because
He wasn't here to hear that shot.
I know,
That's not
I know,
fair.
but maybe he'll watch the recording. It seems unlikely, or maybe we'll replay it. He's not gonna watch the recording. But anyway,
We'll have to replay it.
yeah. Either way, maybe we'll just do this hand again. We'll go through all this speech. I gotta go. But here on the river, he can't beat a weaker king. He can't beat king deuce. They chop. So he loses to he no longer loses to king jack. But when he bets this, I think he knows he's bluffing the river. And it's because of the check here. This guy doesn't have a flush. And so I can get him to fold everything, including the king, including the other kings that I chop with. I think that's what he knows. All right. I'll see you guys on Monday.
All right, touch you on Monday. Thank you for the session.
Okay, bye.
Thank you.